Week 6 of the CSHL season, and the race just changed. The undefeated are undefeated no more. Wednesday night, the Charlotte Catholic Cougars finally suffered their first loss of the season, one of 3 upsets in a wild week of hockey. And it wasn't just the top of the standings. 5 of the 6 games played this week were decided by a single goal. With only 16 games in the regular season, we're entering the final stretch. And from second place down, everything is still up for grabs. Tonight, the pressure rises again. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Lights, an Inside Edge media production of the Charlotte Scholastic Hockey League. I'm Ted Franz, your play-by-play voice for tonight's doubleheader. Joining me in the booth, Brent Swartz, bringing the insight and analysis all night long. Brent, how we doing?
Doing great, Ted. Great to be back here for another Friday Night Lights after a week or so off.
Yeah, week off behind the scenes, making everything happen. Bert Lawson running the cameras, graphics, and production for tonight's broadcast. We have 2 huge games on tap tonight. Both could shake up the standings in a major way. Game 1 features the Eastern Bulldogs taking on the Western Mavericks. Tonight's pregame brought to you by Yes Carolinas, your entertainment services. From atmosphere to beats, Yes Carolinas keeps the crowd on their feet. Lock in your event today at 843-718-5110 or visit yescarolinas.com. Make sure to follow Yes Carolinas on TikTok and Instagram. Say yes to the music, yes to the moment. Say yes, Carolinas. All right, big week of hockey in high school. Let's take a look at tonight's opening matchup. Western Mustangs enter tonight 4-5-0-1, currently sitting 5th in the standings. The Eastern Bulldogs come in at 3-5-0-1, sitting 8th, with 1 game separating 3 places in the standing. Middle of the pack this league is closer than it's been all season.
Yeah, it really is. And when you look at these 2 teams, they're both kind of teams going in opposite directions at the moment. Anything could change, right? But Eastern has won 3 out of their last 4. Western has dropped, 5? Or 6 in a row. So these 2 teams did meet in the first game of the season, and Western skated out with a 5-0 win, but that was early, and I think both teams are kind of working through some things right now.
Yeah, was just going to say that 5-0 shutout win against Eastern, but in a league where momentum is everything. Currently on a 6-game losing streak, tonight could look very different. Eastern comes into the game tonight without their leading goal scorer, Rylan Turner. That means other people are going to need to step up in a big way, and despite sitting 8th, the Bulldogs have the opportunity tonight with the potential to jump from 8 to 5 with a big enough win, and that's how tight the standings are right now.
Yeah, they really are, and you're exactly right. Without Rylan Turner and his brother Reese tonight, the Bulldogs have to dig deep, find some of that, depth scoring, if you will. And really, with this win streak that they're on, it's also come down to Schwartz and the goals that he has been able to save and not give up down the stretch. And that's been a key difference in a couple of the games, particularly in third periods where he's been outstanding. So I would look for the Bulldogs to rely on him, but also try to find that depth scoring where they can.
Take a look at the crazy week we've had in high school hockey and these scores. 5 of 6 games on 1 goal differential, and 1 went to a shootout. The biggest one that stands out for me, obviously, it's got to be Charlotte Catholic finally loses a game. But honestly, they do this with 0 points from their top line guys. Nothing from Nate Pierce, nothing from Pete Overzat. And that means that team is dangerous, and you've got to watch them for the rest of the season.
Exactly right. When I see that, having not seen the game live, I see 4 goals beside Catholic. I'm a little perplexed. But when you say it that way and you realize that their top line didn't factor in, that just goes to show you that even on an off night, they're still extremely competitive.
Another thing I see on there, UC East loses by 1 on Monday to Charlotte Catholic, by 1 on Wednesday to Central. This is a team that's at the bottom of the standings, and they're putting up big games against teams like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things, right? When you show up at the rink, anything can happen. That's why they play the games, as cliche as that might sound. And UC East is showing that, close. I know they'd probably tell you they'd like to win some of those, but they were right there. Particularly 1 goal loss to Catholic is nothing to sneeze at.
We look at the standings, I mean, just the way we're talking about it, Cougars still at the top with that 1 loss. Again, the Bulldogs with a 6-point win right here tonight can move into that 5 spot, making this a big game.
Yeah, I mean, it's big. I mean, they'd certainly love to keep the winning streak going no matter what. But as you said, if they could win by 6 or more, that would help them along and put them in the middle of the standings.
And this is how, if we ended it today, how the brackets would look going into the playoffs. And again, that 8-9 spot, you really don't want that extra game going into this, then to have to play a Catholic on the back end of that. So important game again tonight.
Yeah, I would say Eastern and UC East, for that matter, both those clubs would like to find a way to get into the big bracket and not have to worry about that play-in game. But, first things first, as you said earlier, there's still half a season or so to play, and everybody's got to dial in here to make a run at it.
We look at this by the numbers, really. Eastern Bulldogs not big on the number side until you get to special teams. And when you look at the Mustangs leading the league in penalty minutes right now, that could play a part tonight.
Yeah, that'll be huge. I mean, you said it earlier, Rylan Turner not being here will obviously not necessarily hurt too much, but it will be a factor in terms of what that power play for the Bulldogs might look like. But you would count on getting a few power play looks if you're the Bulldogs. Can you capitalize? That's going to be the big thing.
Starting in net for Eastern, going to be Carson Schwartz tonight, 3.50 and 1, 6.78 goals against average. He's been pretty solid for the last 3-4 games in there for these guys.
Yeah, I was going to say, I touched on it earlier, but when you look at it, he's made a lot of outstanding saves when he had to. When you look at that goals against average, he's brought that down by 2 or so, which, in a couple of games, that's a pretty significant movement on the goals against average compared to where we were earlier in the season.
On the other side of the ice in net, Von Lawson, 4.40 and 1. He does have a shutout. That was against these Eastern Bulldogs. I had an opportunity to talk to him before the game. Said there's a bit of a chemistry issue in the locker room. They're trying to figure those things out, and he's hoping a win tonight will get them back in the league.
Yeah, I mean, again, when you look at it, pretty solid, pretty steady across the board. 4 wins, 4 losses, 1 overtime loss, 1 shootout win. But, the goals against average, nothing to sneeze at there either, 5.6. That's not bad for high school hockey. But you're right. Like a lot of these clubs, they don't practice as much, so you have to kind of figure it out on the fly in games, and I'm sure they're still working through some of that.
All right, we're going to get to the calling of the starting lineups on the ice. As soon as we're done with that, we'll do the national anthem. We'll get back to the players to watch our view of the starting lineups, and we'll get puck drop for Game 1 of Friday Night Lights right after this. All right, let's talk our players to watch for the for Eastern. Talk Carter Hireman, 9 goals, 5 assists, 14 points on the season. He's going to be the guy they look to step up this time without the Turner twins here.
Yeah, definitely. And early in the year, he was the guy. He was driving a lot of the play offensively for the Bulldogs. I think they'll look to get him back on track tonight and focus on him, try to get him dialed in and see what they can make happen and go from there.
On the other side of the ice, we're going to talk Gustav Anderson, the Charlotte Russ USPHL guy. He's got 10 goals, 7 assists on the season, 12 penalty minutes, and they're going to look to him to fill in for Ethan Creonge missing tonight.
Yeah, so, I mean, as you said, pretty solid numbers there when you look at the scoring side of it. The PIMs, you'd probably like to clean that up a little bit, but, you know, again, staying out of the box, I think, overall for the Mustangs will be key tonight. They don't want to take too many penalties and try to get, you know, they've had quite a few PIMs in a lot of their games. They'd love to cut down on that number and, you know, try to keep it 5-on-5.
Starting for Eastern, we're going to have Nate Carmack and the Gibson brothers up front. Back on D, Blake Franz and Brandon Richter. On the other side of the ice, we're looking at Mason Duncan, Ronan Redmond, Thomas Valerio, Jack Bannon, and Cole Boudreau back on D. All right, refs checking with the goalies, checking with the scorekeeper. We're going to get ready to get underway for Game 1, Friday Night Lights. Face-off down, 1 back by the Mustangs. Boudreau going to take that into the zone. Tries to take a shot that's knocked down by the defenseman. Looked like it went up over the glass for the stop.
Yeah, and the ref takes a little bit of a spill there. You probably saw that in your screen. Looks like he's all right, but that was a hard tumble right there off the opening draw.
Face-off down in the Bulldog zone, just to the left of Schwartz. That's one forward by Redmond. Redmond, quick shot. It's blocked away by Schwartz.
Yeah, set play there for the Mustangs, and they got what they wanted, just misfired there on the shot.
Face-off 1 back by the Mustangs. Quick shot in. Doesn't make it all the way to the net from Jack Bannon. Puck comes out into the neutral zone. Mustangs look to reset. Up to Redmond. Redmond gets it taken away at the half wall. Eastern looking to clear it out. Gibson gets that taken away by Redmond. There's a hand up. We're going to have our first power play of the game with 14:22.
Yeah, unfortunate there. Gibson had the puck on his stick, had a minute or two. He could have gotten that out. I don't know if that was a bit of a mishandle or just double clutched it for a second. Either way, puck doesn't get out, rolls in behind their cage, and the Bulldogs ultimately guilty of what I think was a trip there.
It's like Connor Gibson going to get the trip call.
Big kill early here for Schwartz and the Bulldogs. See if they can get something going off of it.
Take a look at the stats there. 16.7 on the power play for Western. Out in front, and that's going to do it quick for Western. Power play goal.
Yeah, that was just about to say the penalty kill, almost 93% for the Bulldogs. Looks pretty good, and then right on cue, the puck goes in the back of the net. So glad I didn't jinx it, but had I said it, it wouldn't have mattered. That'll cut into that number, but again, Bulldogs, you got to build on it. Don't let it get to you. And I think that's a start the Mustangs would want to draw it up if they could coming out of the room.
Prior to the game start, the Bulldogs' #1 penalty kill percentage, but also they're at the bottom for penalty minutes in general overall. Quick inside, outside. There it is. Quick tied up. Carter Hireman shoots and scores.
Yeah, nice job by Brody Schwartz. Brought it up the wall, laid it off to Hireman, who had a step on his man, beat him to the middle, and there's the guy we talked about to open the game, right? Right on cue there. They had to get him going. Great answer, 1-1. Here we go. Could be one of those nights.
13:55 left to play in the first period, and we are tied at 1. Face-off won by the Bulldogs, taken away by Redmond through the neutral zone. Redmond on his stick, far side. He takes it down the side. He takes a shot that goes wide. Puck will go all the way down into the Mustang zone. Lawson will come out and plays it to Dylan Richardson. Richardson in the corner. Puck taken away by Schwartz. Schwartz centers one up. Shot inside. Saved by Lawson.
Yeah, nice job there in the corner, working it out. Kicked it out to Hireman again. Those two almost connected for another one.
A misstep by Hardy there. 2-on-1 possible coming through. Here comes Schwartz down the far side. Looks to take a shot, forgets to bring the package inside. Hireman takes a shot. Somehow Lawson gets a leg pad on it.
Yeah, Swartz just fanned on the initial pass, but still almost worked out for him. They're still keeping it in the zone, have the Mustangs hemmed in a bit.
Puck taken away by Redmond. Redmond behind his own net. He's coming out with some speed through the neutral zone. He gets that tipped away by Hireman. Max Orscheid goes down in the neutral zone. Hireman. Puck goes all the way down. That'll be on net. Kicked away by Schwartz. Play turned around by Gilligan. That's taken away. Shot goes up over the top of the net. Mustangs keep possession down low. Asher Chen tries to play it. Eastern able to come up with the puck, get it out into the Mustang zone. Cole Boudreau with possession. Looks for Chen inside, just out of reach. Misplay in the neutral zone. Well, back and forth. 4 Mustangs sitting right in the same area, not doing anything with the puck.
Yeah, not exactly what you want if you're the coaching staff for the Mustangs, but it works out for them. They're able to get it at least somewhat deep.
Little back and forth. Puck sent out into the neutral zone. Back and forth. Puck out to the near side corner. Mustangs with possession. Pownell chips it, looking for Boudreau at the blue line. That gets taken away. And here come the Mustang, or here come the Bulldogs. Gilligan gets the puck taken away. Franz with possession in the neutral zone. He gets that taken by Thomas Valerio.
Yeah, got to keep it clean in the neutral zone. We talk about it a lot. You don't want to mishandle the puck there. It leads to a lot of odd man rushes for the other squad.
Puck to Gibson. Gibson gets a takeaway by Anderson in the neutral zone.
Yeah, get the puck deep there if you're the Bulldogs. I think that'd be the name of the game. Just didn't do so now. Well, they've got it back, so they see what they do here.
Carmack gets the puck to Gibson. Gibson knocks it down shallow into the Mustang zone. The D-to-D pass out to Cole Boudreau on the far side. Boudreau up to Redmond. Redmond skates it past Richter. Centering pass, nobody there to get a stick on it, and the Bulldogs come back with some speed through the middle. Richter, he takes a shot that's knocked away up over the glass.
Nice little rush there from Brandon from the D spot. Just kind of took it himself, brought it all the way through, and got a good rip on net. Blockered away there by Lawson, but good job there just bringing it down, taking the shot. You get an offensive zone draw. See if the Bulldogs can do anything with it here.
Face-off won by the Mustangs. Redmond able to knock it out of the zone. Little misstep there by Richter skating back into the zone. He loses a foot, but Bulldogs come back up with it.
Yeah, he kind of looked at the ref like, hey, is that a trip? The ref thought otherwise, so we play on.
Centering pass, nobody there. Kicked by Gibson. Almost had one coming through. Lawson able to cover that one up for the whistle.
The boys exchange pleasantries there. I think it's all good. Boys will be boys, but a little pushing and shoving. Gamesmanship, if you will. Swartz and Hireman hit the ice. See if these two can connect again. Offensive draw taken by Hireman.
Face off one inside. Shot. Inside just goes wide. Redmond with possession. He's got speed. 2-on-1. He's got help inside. Passes down low. Looking for Richardson. That gets sent just wide. Morrow comes back up with possession. She's got it down at the faceoff circle. Shot and stopped, covered for the whistle by Schwartz.
Yeah, I was going to say, good job of Schwartz waiting out Redmond there. Was able to kind of read that play well and snuffed it out. And then almost an odd man rush coming the other way. I think it was Georgia Thomas tried to get the puck out to Swartz and Hireman again to spring those two. So we'll see. Keep an eye on those two working tonight.
Face off down in the Bulldog zone. Turned around by Gilligan. Gilligan stretches for Hireman. Hireman looked like he wanted to. Big shot, knocks Lawson down on his back. Down low for Swartz, goes around to the near side corner. Puck taken away by Anderson. Kept in at the blue line. Shot down, Lawson knocks that out in front.
Good keep there by the Bulldogs. Another good keep
Morrow
there.
tries to clear. That's taken away by Swartz. Another clearing attempt kept in at the blue line. Anderson finally able to clear it past Childs. Puck goes out into the neutral zone. Anderson takes it away from Lillian Hireman. She's celebrating her 14th birthday today. Puck sticked away by Gilligan in the middle as Redmond tries to come through.
Yeah, good stick there by Sam Gilligan. Not his first rodeo, read that one well.
Back behind the net, look to turn one around on a semi-Michigan there. That goes off the post. 2-on-1, Schwartz has it, gets it sticked away there by Jack Bannon coming through. Mustangs will reset, Colin Richardson. Back to Bannon, puck goes all the way down, icing waved off. Gilligan looking to reset back behind the net. Look to stretch one out, loses possession coming through the neutral zone. Franz will come up with that. He's got speed coming down the far side. Franz through the center. On his backhand, big stick there coming through by number 15, Nathan Pownell. Puck taken away by Franz, keeps it in at the blue line. Back to Franz at the blue line on his backhand. Sends it out to Adelaide Surrey. She tries to take a shot that's taken away by Nathan Pownell. Pownell through the high slot. Big stick there. Mustangs keep possession. Boudreau looks to kick it in at the far side half wall. Through the center, Orshide knocks that down low. Puck taken by Serwatka down into the far side corner. Franz takes that away. Plays that off the boards looking for Richter. Puck gets sent back down into the Bulldog zone. Serwatka centers one up looking for a shot inside. Franz gets a stick on that, knocks that away. Serwatka down in the far side corner. Another centering pass that's knocked down low. Pownell tried to play it through the legs of Richter there. He gets a skate on it. He'll look to reset. Bulldogs will make a change as he slow plays it out into the neutral zone.
Yeah, nice job there. That was probably the most sustained zone time for the Mustangs all night. Couldn't get much out of it. Good play there by Richter.
That puck will go all the way down for the icing. We'll finally get a stop with 6:56 left to play in the first.
Yeah, the one thing I'm seeing, at least early, the Bulldogs are doing a better job of sharing the puck and moving it around, especially entering the zones, creating some odd man rushes. The Mustangs, they're carrying the puck in a little bit, I guess of a solo game, if you want to call it that, where one or two players are trying to make it happen before they pass. So if you're the Mustangs, you'd probably like to move the puck around a little bit more once you enter the zone, but hey, it's 1-1, so you can't complain too much.
Face off one back by the Mustangs. Puck kept in at the blue line by Hardy as Redmond was looking with some speed. Centering pass by Carmack, just can't find Gibson through the middle.
Yeah, right idea, just nobody home on the pass.
Redmond, toe drags through the middle, sticked away by Hardy, back behind the net.
Starting to ramp up a little bit of the physicality here, a little more bumping and banging going on here along the wall.
Shot inside, saved by Schwartz. Another shot. Looks like that one finds its way in.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a 60-degree there. Just a little flip of the backhand from what I could see from here, and it went over the shoulder or over the head of Schwartz and found its way in the back of the net. So might be able to get another look at it. But shot on goal is never a bad play, and that one had eyes.
6:17 left. It's 2-1 Western.
See if the Bulldogs can answer as quickly as they did the last time the Mustangs took a one-goal lead.
Through the middle, quick shot, that just goes wide. Gibson centers one up, that goes through the crease, looking for his brother, just making the wrong move, going towards the middle there.
But a good bump-up shift here.
Gibson plays that down low. Puck back behind the net. Gibson steps up, trying to take that away from Pownell. Pownell able to get it up to Richardson. He gets that to Anderson. Anderson steps to the slot. He takes a shot. That's knocked away. Down in the near side corner. Anderson through the slot. Another save by Schwartz.
Yeah, good save. Got it with the paddle, I think, or the knob. Shaft of the stick, maybe. Either way, he kept it out. Big save when it's a 2-1 game.
Hardy sends the puck all the way down in the other zone. No one really wants to race for it, and that'll get whistled for the icing. 5:20 left to play.
Yeah, and I think if you're the Bulldogs, we talked about it earlier, right? Though without Rylan Turner, your leading scorer here tonight, you don't want to get too far out of touch with the scoreboard here. So you'd like to keep this a maximum 2-goal game to not give yourself too much work to do late in the game, or as we get into the second period.
Officiating crew tonight, Lewis Brotman, Andy Howland in the box, Teddy Franz, always an underappreciated group down there. Had an opportunity to talk with the officials before the game. They said they're going to give it a couple minutes, let it play out, see how things, tempers are looking, and they'll make their decision on how they're going to play it tonight.
Yeah, so far pretty clean, right? We had that early tripping penalty, which I think anybody watching at home would say that was a trip. So, they've let them play for the most part. We'll see if that holds, but so far so good.
Puck out to Boudreau. Boudreau takes a shot. That goes up over the top of the net. Puck kept in at the near side half wall by Bannon. Looking to center one up. Franz gets a stick on that. Gilligan plays that around far side. He's got Hireman down in the far side corner.
Good
Hireman slows it down, plays it back to Gilligan. Gilligan turns it around again, looking to reset. Dangerous through the slot there. He keeps possession, gets the puck up to Hireman. Hireman to Swartz. Swartz, top of the circle. He drops one down low. That's kicked aside by Lawson. Puck kept in at the blue line, played down to Gilligan. Gilligan plays it in for Hireman. Hireman rips a shot. That goes wide. Puck kept in by Franz down at the half wall, plays it down low, looking for Swartz. Far side corner. Hireman keeps that possessed. Inside, looking for Georgia Thomas down low. She tries to take a shot, just doesn't get enough stick on it.
Yeah, right idea. Just couldn't find the handle, or actually got a piece of a Mustangs player on the way in.
Bannon centers one up, looking for Redmond. He takes that down into the near side corner. Wraps it behind the net, looking for a Michigan. Just kidding. Plays it out to the blue line. Richardson plays it behind his back for Redmond. That gets taken away. Swartz through traffic, top of the circle. He keeps possession down at the half wall. Out to Gilligan. Gilligan's got it. He looks to take a shot. That goes off the skate of Hireman. And up to Redmond. Redmond can't keep it. Thomas tries to play that inside. Little back and forth. Hireman comes up with it in the neutral zone. To Swartz. Swartz wraps that around all the way back to the near side. Hireman has that at the half wall. Big stick by Morrow there. Keeps that from being a dangerous shot. Shot inside. Lawson gets that for the whistle.
Yeah, Bulldogs, nice job there rolling a little cycle game on the Mustangs. Got a lot of looks. They've had quite a few looks, just haven't been able to bury. So I think if you're their coaches, you like what you're seeing. You just want to finish a few more of these chances. But so far so good in terms of what they're generating in the offensive zone. Just keep it up if you're the Bulldogs. And the Mustangs, you'd like to try to find maybe one or two more goals, give yourself a little breathing room.
2:55 left in the period. Puck won by the Bulldogs. Hardy tries to take a shot. That goes wide. Leah Morrow chips that one out into the neutral zone. Icing waved off. Puck will go all the way down into the Bulldog zone. Little back and forth down on the near side. Valerio in the corner. That gets taken away by Lillian Hireman. She plays that out into the neutral zone. Puck taken away by Dylan Richardson. Plays it to Morrow. 3-on-2. Morrow takes a shot. That's kicked away by Schwartz.
Oh, good job.
Leg pad there by Carmack. Carmack tried to, Richter tried to toe drag it through the middle, but Valerio gets a stick on that, knocks that down. Nathan Pownell stops at the blue line, looking to reset some things. Keeps possession. Takes it down to the far side faceoff circle. Through the middle. Down in Richter's feet, just can't find it there. He'll take it down into the far side corner.
The refs say play on.
Play on. Little inadvertent leg on leg there by Lillian Hireman and Thomas Valerio going through the middle. Quick shot in, and that's saved by Schwartz. That'll get the whistle. 1:33 left to play.
Yeah, a little sleepy there, or a little sleepy overall right now. Both teams may be trying to feel out, where the others are in this sense or moment of the game. But yeah, a lot of contact there to not have a call. I think the refs call it inadvertent. But shocking we didn't, at least get a body check or a rough call there.
Face-off won by the Mustangs. Bannon takes that down low into the far side corner. Puck's taken away by Gilligan. Gilligan looking to stretch one there through the middle, just out of reach, looking for Gibson. That'll get the whistle for icing, 119. Puck will go back into the Bulldog zone.
Yeah, right idea by Gilligan there. He's trying to spring a man, had Gibson. If he gets him, puts it right on the tape, then he's going to be in all alone. Probably a grade A opportunity, but just misfired, so we'll do it all over again.
Face-off down in the Bulldog zone, just to the left of Schwartz. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Gilligan looks up for Gibson. Dillon gets it to Connor. Puck goes down into the far side corner. Carmack looks to center one up. That goes off the side of the net. Little back and forth. Carmack and Anderson back behind the net. Bannon able to get possession of that down in the far side corner. Plays it up to Anderson. Anderson by himself near side. Takes it down into the Bulldog zone. Drops it for Redmond. Redmond rips a shot that's knocked away by Schwartz.
Yeah, good save there. Quick attack by the Mustangs.
Inside by Boudreau. Boudreau gets a shot. And Schwartz able to cover that for the whistle. 42 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah, the Mustangs spring that. They go weak side with that pass, and it sets off what was a modified 3-on-2 there for the moment. Redmond takes a shot. Underrated save there by Schwartz to shut that down, and then he melts down the second opportunity. So, like we talked about, he's done a good job of making the saves he needs to make to keep his team in it during this winning streak.
Face off again down in the Bulldog zone, won by the Bulldogs. Carmack tries to get it out. He loses sight of it as the puck's taken by Bannon, who tries to take a shot. That goes off a stick down low. A lot of bodies back behind the net. Centering pass there, just missed by Orscheid, who had it wide open.
Yeah, you don't want to get lulled to sleep there if you're the Bulldogs.
Puck dropped for Carmack. Carmack in the slot. He takes a shot that's knocked away by Lawson. Centering pass. Gilligan looking to rip one with everything he had. Just doesn't get enough wood.
Oh,
dangerous area there. Childs. Gilligan comes in for the rescue. Quick shot. And that is how we will end one. After one, Western up 2-1 over the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I think Gilligan was calling for it early. Thought Schwartz might try to fire it back down to the blue line, and then it looked like Schwartz was just going to eat it. Decided to move it anyway and almost cost him, but the Bulldogs get out of Dodge, only down one.
All right, 15 minutes down, 30 to go. We'll be back right after this short break. All right, sides have been switched. Refs checking with the goalies and the box. And pucks down, period 2 is underway. Bulldogs looking to set things up, coming through the middle. Dangerous there on the pass. Franz comes up with it. He's met back behind the net by Redmond. Plays it up, one touch to Franz from Hireman. Franz to Hireman. Hireman, top of the circle, looks to center one up for Schwartz. Just out of reach. Richter keeps possession.
Yeah, good job of Richter pinching up on that play there. Gave him two options.
Richter to the blue line to Schwartz. Schwartz drops that down low into the corner looking for Hireman. Hireman, far side corner. Tries to dance it through the middle. Just loses possession there. Franz chips that one up to Schwartz. 2-on-1, Schwartz and Hireman. Hireman, top of the circle. He rips a shot. Saved by Lawson. Second save by Lawson.
Yeah, the Hireman-Swartz connection's been dealing here early. If they can stick with it, they might have another one or two in the bag.
Stretch pass long, looking for Valerio. Valerio met by Richter. He's able to knock that one out into the neutral zone. Swartz sends it all the way down. Bulldogs will look to make a change on the odd side of the ice.
And the Bulldogs need to hustle with the change here. Looks like they'll survive it. Icing. Unforced error there by the Mustangs for sure.
Had Anderson trying to make a run at the blue line there. Looked like Franz was shadowing him a little bit, but questionable. You never want to leave that kind of one-on-one opportunity.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are living dangerously right now. If you count the end of the first and a couple of shifts here early in the second, you don't want to allow the Mustangs too many opportunities like that.
We talked about it before, but so far just the one penalty. The Mustangs notorious for their penalty minutes this season so far. Dangerous inside Anderson, big stick there by Gilligan as he's able to knock that one over the top of the net.
Yeah, underrated play with the stick there to cancel that shot. Great job by Sam there to make sure that one never got to the net.
Anderson, far side corner. He turns it around. Through the middle, dangerous area. He shoots, and that just goes wide. Puck out to the blue line. Shot across. That just goes wide. Lots of shots attempts. Nothing dangerous, and we got a 2-on-1. Hireman finds Gilligan. Gilligan with speed. Shot saved by Lawson. Everybody down in the corner. Adelaide Sray tries to drop it down, and we got a 1-on-1 coming back the other way. Anderson, he's going to beat Rick, or he beats Hardy. There's a hook call, big save.
Yeah, that was definitely a water ski for sure there. Almost one you had to take, though.
Yeah, it looked like Anderson definitely had him beat on the edge there, and it was going to be Anderson solo. That's not a guy you want to leave in front with an opportunity.
No, it's not. And, we talked about him earlier as our player to watch. That's one you don't want to let get to the net clean. And, as we said earlier, I know the first one didn't work out, but the PK has been pretty good this year for the Bulldogs. They'll roll the dice, probably take their chances here rather than let Anderson break in all alone on the goalie.
Face-off won by the Mustangs on the power play. Childs unable to clear that one out the blue line. Puck played down low. Richter gets met by two back behind the net. Carmack comes up with possession. He's able to clear that one all the way down.
Yeah, I was going to say that first clear needs to get out. Those are the kind of things that keep your PK on the successful side of things. Couldn't get it out. Luckily, Carmack and Richter can handle it and live to fight another day to the Bulldogs.
Kind of an unknown rule for some of these guys. The rule changed recently with USA Hockey and being able to ice the puck on the kill.
Yep.
For a lot of the young guys, it's still the same rule of it is icing. So a little unsure about how to play it in their zone if it's their first or second year.
Yeah, 100%. And the one thing I'd say, though, the beauty of this is even if you do ice it, had the rule not changed, it's a free icing in that you can still change the line on the ice. It's not like the pros where, the line that's out there has to stay out there. So.
Big play by Child stopping Redmond coming through the middle. Puck goes up into the flag. That'll get the whistle. 11:28 left in the first, 1:03 left on the power play.
Yeah, the state of Washington flag there. I think George caught one in the chops, but he's none the worse for wear.
Looks like it'll be Swartz and Richardson in the face-off circle in the Bulldog zone.
See if Hireman and Swartz could possibly find a shorty in their bag of tricks.
Face-off won by the Mustangs. Puck's back behind the net. Knocked away by Richter. Morrow inside finds Anderson. Big save there. Nice job by Swartz. Oh, turns it around. Just doesn't get it clear, though.
Yeah, stick was tied up. Couldn't get it out.
Huge save!
Wow. That Schwartz there flashing the leather, that is a huge save. You won't see any better save than that. I mean, you see it again here, but well, that's a different replay,
like
I think.
That's the one.
No, that's not the one.
We got the goal from before.
If we come back to it, though, you're not going to see a better save than that at any level. I mean, he stacked the glove right on top of the pad, comes up with it. Big-time save.
Face-off down in the Bulldog zone again, won by the Mustangs. Morrow walks it up to the face-off circle. She takes a shot that goes wide.
Another stick, Gilligan's stick got in the way of that. Sam, another great stick play.
Franz up to Schwartz. Looked like that might have cleared. No whistle there.
Yeah,
Puck to Anderson, 3-on-1. Gilligan, nice job getting the skates east and west there to take the shot. Oh, big opportunity there for Gibson to take that away. Just misses out on it. Schwartz finally clears it all the way down. Looks like that will kill the penalty. 5 seconds left in the power play.
Yeah, so the Bulldog power, or penalty kill, I should say, gets back to what it's done well this year, which is kill it off. Got to be careful here, though. It's not quite over.
Franz into the half wall with Valerio. Gets it to Gilligan. Gilligan turns it around again. Can't decide which way he's going to go. Sees some room. Looks to Gibson. Gibson one touch to Hireman. Hireman through the middle, uncontested. Shoots, and that goes off the crossbar.
Yep.
Back behind the net. Looks like they're trying to fish it off the net. Ref says we'll just drop this one in the circle. That'll get the whistle. 9:54 left to play in the second.
Yeah, I was going to say, a lot of people will tell you that even when a power play ends and the kill does its job, you're not really out of dodge in terms of the momentum the other team has until the next whistle. So that's one where, even though the power play was over, the Mustangs still came down with a head of steam and almost cashed in a chance just after it. Luckily, the Bulldogs are able to rally back and, have a chance of their own, but see how this goes on the draw.
Face-off won by the Mustangs down in their own zone. Richter takes a shot. That's knocked away by Lawson. Mustangs with possession at the half wall, taken away by Schwartz down there, gets it to Hireman. It looks like there's going to be a penalty, and that's going to be a hook call, and that will put the Bulldogs on their first power play of the game. 9:36 left to play in the second.
Yeah, big moment here in this one, almost halfway done, halfway through the second period, and yeah, this will be the first power play for the Bulldogs. And as you said earlier, Ted, Mustangs have had troubles with penalties. This is their first one tonight. See if they can get a kill here and move on. But you hope that doesn't open the floodgates, because they've had some games with a lot of PIMs.
We look at those initial stats. Their power play, 30% for the Bulldogs, not bad. Again, a lot of those numbers are Ryland Turner variety.
Yeah, and the kill for the Mustangs, not the greatest, but you look at it and say, well, if you're killing a lot of penalties every game, it's going to be hard to have a solid kill just because of the fact you're doing it too much.
Richter looks up for Carmack. Carmack to the far side face-off circle. He takes a shot, saved by Lawson. Back shot, shoots and scores. Carter Hireman, power play goal.
Sharp angle shot. The goalie pushed out, tried to get it. Let's take another look at this one. I mean, this is a sharp angle, and he rips it. I think that was upper 90. Couldn't quite tell from here in my old eyes, but either way, the ref's Johnny on the spot says it's a goal, and we got ourselves a tie game. So both power plays have cashed in. Now we'll go back to 5-on-5, and this is, for Friday Night Lights, all you could ask for. Great game so far.
Not doubting whether the shot would have made it in by Hireman, but it did look like Lawson gave him a little help kicking the post off the net off the post and give him a better angle. Shot inside by Hireman. That's kicked away by Lawson.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing, because the ref, I thought at first was going to signal that it was off the pegs and they were going to wave it off, but he gave the point, did the chop immediately, and said good goal. So here we go.
Carmack off the wall looking for Schwartz, just can't handle it. Mustangs come up with possession. Centering pass, big stick inside by Childs.
Yeah, nice play there. That would have been grade A had it gotten through.
Pownell rips shot, finds it, glove side.
Wow. Yeah, we talked earlier. I mean, the Mustangs scored, the Bulldogs bounced back, and that's a great bounce back from the Mustangs here. Richter got caught in no man's land. I think if Schwartz had it to do again, he'd probably tighten up on that near post, because he definitely left a little bit of space there, but still a heck of a shot. Quite a rip there. I'd also say the Bulldogs, if they watched it over again, need to get that clear here on the wall. Good keep there by the eventual goal scorer.
Goal scored by Nathan Pownell. Mustangs with possession. Redmond plays it to Anderson. Anderson coming through the middle with some speed. Shot, unbelievable bar down shot. Gustav Anderson.
Yep, right out of the gate like he shot out of a cannon. Comes right down Broadway, and both the 2D kind of back off. I think, in that case, Gilligan's thinking Hardy might step to Anderson. Neither one of them stepped to him or challenge, and he just lets it rip. We talked about him in the pregame. I mean, Anderson can fill it up. He can put it in the back of the net. That's why earlier when the Bulldogs took that penalty, you said it was a good penalty because you don't want to leave that guy all alone. And even though he wasn't all alone, that was a heck of a rip.
8 minutes left to play in the second period. Crazy turn of events. 3 goals probably within the last 2 minutes here. Mustangs coming down with some momentum. Puck taken away by Gilligan.
Yeah, if you're the Bulldogs here, like we talked about, you don't want to get too out of touch with the Mustangs either. Missing your leading scorer already, you don't want to leave yourself too much work to be done.
Shot inside. Redmond looks to put a glove up on that to try to knock it down. Almost deflects it, and Lawson has to come up with a nice glove save.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that hit went off his glove or off. It sounded like it hit plastic. I couldn't tell if it went off the bucket. But either way, a weird deflection. Lawson, nifty save on that one.
7:36 left to play in the second period. Faceoff will come down in the Mustang zone just to the right of goaltender Vaughn Lawson. Mustangs with possession, coming down into the Bulldog zone. Centering pass taken away by Gilligan.
Good read by Sam there.
Gilligan chips it out, looking for Sven Dahlström, making his first game back from his regular season injury. Sven Dahlström plays for the 18U AAA Danbury Junior Hat Tricks. Came out of the Royals program. Centering pass for Sirwatka, just doesn't get a stick on it.
Yeah, good to see him back after a hand injury. Good to see him back out there, and so far playing pretty well.
Gilligan can't clear it out. Puck taken away by Sirwatka. Got help inside. Puck's kicked away by Hardy. Hardy unable to clear the zone. Down low. Gilligan gets a stick on it. Not enough. Shot just goes wide. Puck kept in at the blue line by Boudreau. Boudreau cross to Pownell. Pownell tries to take a shot. Doesn't get enough on it. Puck kicked onto the stick of Sray. Sray gets it down. She'll play that one deep down into the Mustang zone. Bulldogs will make a change.
Yeah, smart play there. Right now the Bulldogs are being victimized by a lot of soft clears and loose clears, not getting pucks out. It ultimately ends up cycling back around on them, and that they survived it early, but it's starting to stack up on them now, and they can't keep doing that or they're going to find themselves even further down on the board.
Gibson looks to reset back behind the net, met by Valerio. He's unable to clear it. Pownell comes up with possession. Puck out into the neutral zone as Carmack gets a stick on it. Possession to the Mustangs. They'll look to reset. Pownell through the neutral zone. Puck cleared out by Richter, but again conceding possession there. Carmack through the middle. Nice job waiting there. He's got help inside. Centering pass looking for Gibson. Looked like Lawson was able to clear that away, and looks like the net came off the post. That'll get the whistle. 5:37 left in the second.
That's hard to detect here with the naked eye, but that's why I thought earlier at the goal that the Bulldogs score, they might have waved it off for the net coming off the pegs, but spotted deftly by the ref, and we'll take an offensive zone draw here for the Bulldogs.
Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Quick shot in by Richter. That just goes wide.
Richter's got a howitzer, too. If he can get a clean look at it, I don't think he got all of that one.
Morrow able to clear the puck out to Redmond. Redmond tries to chip it up to himself, taken away by Richter. And
nice.
3-on-2 coming back for the Bulldogs. Quick shot in by Gibson. That's knocked away by Lawson. And Redmond comes up with possession. Redmond come in with speed outside, chips it up to himself, chips it again, gonna bounce it off the stick a couple of times, plays it near side. Past the face-off circle, looks to play it down low for Valerio. Valerio to the circle, drops it for Redmond. Redmond takes a shot, that goes off the face of Schwartz. Valerio tries to take a shot, taken away by Franz.
Good job there.
Franz to Gibson, off his skate, he'll go ahead, clear that one down, and icing waved off.
Yeah, if Franz isn't right where he was there, that might find Redmond on the back door there after he had shot it off the mask and it curled back around to the back door of the post.
Carmack plays it for Redmond. Franz and Redmond race for it. Redmond comes up with possession. Franz gets a stick. Richter in to help. Franz and Redmond back behind the net. Redmond goes ahead, steps on the puck. He's just going to go ahead, freeze it. He comes up with possession, turns it around, back behind the net. Looking for a little Michigan. Puck sticked away by Franz. Everybody meeting Redmond down low. Here comes Carmack with speed. Offside. Looked like Schwartz was trying to time it, just got sticked away. It caused a little mistiming there. Through the middle, Anderson rolled with the puck coming through. Shot finds its way backside. Nathan Pownell, blind shot. I don't know that Schwartz saw it.
Yeah, that was a weird one, and I thought at first that Franz had gotten it out of there because he was able to get his stick on it and pushed it back out, and then the shot from distance, just kind of a weird one. It kind of hit, I think it caught a piece of the post and slid across the goal line, and when Schwartz reached back to try to glove it, in the back of the cage it went. But that's unfortunate.
5-2, Western leads, 3:49 left to play in the second period.
Yeah, you went from Carmack and Schwartz almost having a 2-on-1 to a quick, well, and there's another offside. So that's a late whistle, too. The puck was, good 10 feet in already when they blew that dead. So
looked like a solid rush going into the zone. And, again, just a nice defensive stick right there.
Yep.
Messes up the timing, and that gets them to have to concede the possession and get out of the zone.
Yeah, and then the next thing you know, like we said, the cycle game gets going for the Mustangs. They're flying in waves right now. And
face-off won by the Bulldogs. Gilligan with possession. Sticked away by the Mustangs. 2-on-1.
Got to be smart here.
Center to Anderson. Big save there.
Nice save, especially given the fact that a couple have gone in here. Great save there.
Hireman comes up with possession. He's got speed. Down to the far side faceoff circle. Plays it between the legs. Chips one centering, looking for Schwartz. Shot down low by Gilligan. Just goes wide.
Yeah, smart. Kept it low.
Childs shoots. Rebound. Another shot by Hireman.
No ice.
Anderson and Childs. Met by Gilligan.
Ooh.
Centering pass. Dangerous. Childs kicks it out to the center. Anderson gets that knocked off his stick. Puck out to the blue line, kept in by Boudreau. Shot down low, doesn't get on net. Hireman with possession. He's going to go ahead, clear that one out. Looks like it'll slow down. Icing not in effect as Lawson comes out to play it. Lawson plays it to Pownell. Pownell looking inside for Redmond. That just goes off his stick. Schwartz will go ahead, cover that for the whistle. 2:25 left to play in the second.
Yeah, for a moment there, I thought one of the D were going to ask him to play it and just kind of slide it off to him, let them try to quick counter, but no such luck. He decides to, discretion is the better part of valor, covers that up, takes the whistle. See if the boys can win a draw here. Or the boys and ladies, as the case may be here.
Bulldog zone face-off just to the right of Schwartz. Face-off won by the Mustangs. Out to the blue line. Shot goes in, down low. Sawatka looked like she wanted to get a stick on that. Schwartz able to cover that for the whistle. 2:19 left to play.
Yeah, Hardy right there put his stick out too, and that's one thing, if the puck's on its way in and it's at your net, keep your stick out of the lane. Let the goalie see it clean. Don't try to do too much there. So Bulldogs survive, but don't want any friendly fire at this point.
Back and forth. Sawatka inside. Schwartz able to get a leg pad on it and cover that up again for the whistle.
Yeah, another one there where, everybody's trying to help out the cause, but it ends up falling down around his feet. Luckily, Carson, I'll get it right in a minute, is able to cover up, close it up, and, get the whistle.
Face-off won by the Bulldogs. They lose possession as Redmond comes up with it. Richter able to clear that one finally out into the neutral zone. Mustangs will look to reset. Coming down the near side. Drop down low into the near side half wall. Back behind the net, Dahlstrom. Far side corner, Dahlstrom met by Sawatka. He goes ahead, plays that back behind the net.
I think he thought the puck was gone for a second there. He's kind of standing there, and then somebody told him it was in his feet.
Richter clears that one out, gets it up to Redmond. Looked like he was still on the wrong side of the line there. No whistle by the refs. Redmond beats Hardy to the puck. Redmond back behind the net. Hardy comes up with possession, tries to wrap it around. And that's going to get out into the neutral zone. Morrow plays that down low. Richter sent that one down looking for Dahlstrom. Little miscommunication. That one goes all the way down. That'll get the icing. 1:08 left to play in the second.
Yeah, I think I didn't know offsides was optional, but it seems to be, depending on what blue line you're at and which ref's watching it. So, hey, we play on. But, yeah, I think it was a good 2-3 feet in the zone when the puck was played.
Face-off down in the Bulldog zone once again to the right of Schwartz. Little dig in there. Just again a little soft, just trying to clear it out. Gibson gets that sticked away. Puck kept in. Quick shot inside. Nice first save there by Schwartz. That one goes back behind the net. Another shot by Pownell. He's looking for his third tonight. That goes off the side of the net. Gibson sticks that away from Pownell. He's able to get that out into the neutral zone. 3-on-1. Carmack near side on his backhand. Takes it around the backside of the net. Centers one up. Lawson kicks that one, kicks the net off the post again. That'll get the whistle. 31 seconds left to play.
Yeah, Carmack, I thought he was in good shape there. He had the right idea. Took it around behind the cage. Instead of trying to force the wraparound, tried to center it back out in front. Had two layers of players there to choose from. It just eludes both their sticks and comes back out. So Lawson, though, in kicking the net off, brings us back in for an offensive zone draw for the Bulldogs. See if they, it'd be huge to get a goal here if you're them to try to cut it to a 2-goal advantage for the Mustangs headed to the break.
Face-off won by the Mustangs, taken away by Carmack. Carmack and Pownell meet back behind the net. Carmack comes up with possession. Shot by Gibson, doesn't make it all the way to the net. Down in the near side corner, Carmack comes up with possession again. Childs tries to pinch in. Puck's taken away by Pownell. 12 seconds left. It's going to be a race down into the Bulldog zone. Franz will take that back behind the net. Looks like he wants the speed. No clock on the other side, though. He doesn't see just 2 seconds left, and that will do it. 5-2, Western leads after 2.
Yeah, so if you're the Bulldogs, I think you got to look at it and say, all right, it was 2-1 going into that period. You tied it up, and then unfortunately the wheels came off a little bit there late. But, nothing that you haven't done before. It's a 3-goal deficit, but they have come back from one 3-goal deficit in the third period already this year. So just got to dig deep here and see if you can mount a comeback. And if you're the Mustangs, you want to get off the schneid. So you'd like to just keep it where it is, get out of this 6-game losing streak, and start feeling better about yourself.
All right, 2 periods down, 1 left to go in Game 1 Friday Night Lights. We'll be back right after this break. All right, once again, 2 down, 1 to go. Face-off coming, period 3. All right, you're down 5-2. You're the Bulldogs coach. What do you say to the guys going into the third?
Well, I think first and foremost, you got to clean up the D zone. You got to make sure you get a loose puck. You got to clear it, make sure it gets out. Even if it's an ice, you want to get it out. You don't want to do anything that's loose or soft. And then you got to get back to what they were doing earlier, which is finding ways to gain zone time, like what you're seeing right here, and then, try to work a little 2-man game of your own and try to keep pucks deep and see if you can't get a couple to go.
Hireman wraps the puck back behind the net. He's got Redmond stretched out long. Redmond on the cherry. Misses on the backside. Open net. Another shot coming in. Doesn't make it all the way.
That was I'm speechless. That was quite the attempt there. Not sure what to make of it. If it had gone, I might have come out of my seat and jumped over the rail, but it did not. And yeah, had he scored there, I think it's the dagger. But no style points awarded in Friday Night Lights high school hockey.
Puck kept in by Brandon Richter. Plays it down low. Boudreau looking to clear. Looks to rip it around for Bannon. Just out of reach. Mustangs clear the zone. Stick by Gilligan there. He's able to get that out. Looking for Schwartz inside. Just out of reach. Mustangs will look to clear. Kept in by Richter. Richter takes a shot. Kick to the side by Lawson. Back behind the net. Hireman. Got help inside, just sticked away. Redmond comes up with possession. Redmond plays it long looking for Anderson. Anderson's got Redmond inside, outside. No goal! Puck net off the post.
Yeah, and it looked like I don't know if it ever went in. It looked like it might have got a piece of the post because I didn't see anybody celebrate, and the ref immediately blew it dead. I couldn't tell what happened there. I heard it hit something.
Metallic sound.
Yeah, I'm not sure what exactly that was. So mark that one down. I mean, that's 2 chances now. Ronan could have made this a 6-2 game. Did not. Not saying it's going to mean any different outcome, but you never know.
A neutral zone play. Looking far side to Serwatka. A little back and forth. Serwatka gets that down for Pownell. Pownell already got 3. Hardy plays that around looking for Dahlstrom on the near side. Dahlstrom going to go ahead and reset. Plays it across looking for Hardy. Puck kept in at the blue line by Morrow. Morrow turns it at the faceoff circle. Shot inside. Save. And that gets knocked wide. Ref down in the corner.
Second spill by a ref tonight. Looks like he's all right.
Quick shot, another big save there by Schwartz.
Yeah, got to keep this a 3-goal game, and he's doing his part to make sure no more damage is done, at least not right now.
Dahlstrom looks a little apprehensive to handle the stick too much coming off of the surgery there.
Yeah, a little gingerly at times with the way he's, handling the puck there and the stick for that matter, but understandable given the injury.
Morrow through the middle. Looks like Lillian Hireman going to get the birthday gift of not getting a trip call there as Morrow's tripped up. Here comes Franz, little speed. Puts it on the backhand through the zone. Shot right across the middle of the crease.
Yeah, Dahlstrom in the vicinity there. Thought for a moment that he might have found him on the back door, but just eluded his stick as the puck leaked through the blue and out.
Serwatka gets the puck sticked away by Franz as Pownell comes up with possession, loses it through the middle. Dahlstrom, forehand, backhand. Back to the forehand. Gibson pushes it in the zone. 3 Mustangs all right by the bench. Pownell goes ahead, gives it up to Redmond.
Yeah,
Redmond in.
Sorry, Ted. I was going to say that's one of those deals like we were saying earlier. When you got 3 or 4 Mustangs there, if you can gain possession and somebody's with you, the weak side of the ice, you just make a pass there, and you're going to have the ability to just streak in somewhat alone on the goalie. Just you got to, again, it's just got to be aware of the situation and how many Mustangs are hanging on you there.
Neutral zone face-off after the offside. Face-off won back by the Bulldogs. Child gets that ripped by Redmond. Redmond, quick shot. Big save there by Schwartz. Gibson comes up with possession. Looks to wrap it up to his brother. Shot inside. Another big save by Schwartz.
Yes, again, the unforced errors, right? Loose clears, getting it out, but not quite far enough. And here it is again. Redmond's got it off the half wall.
Here comes Gilligan.
He's seen enough of it. He's just going to take it himself. I don't blame him.
Race down into the corner. He's got a centering pass there. Looks like he lost an edge there. Trying to turn it around. And Bannon comes up with possession. Bannon coming with speed. 3-on-2 for the Mustangs. Bannon through the middle. Shot kicked away by Schwartz.
Yes, Schwartz, again, like we said, he's making the saves right now that he needs to.
Out to the blue line. Another save by Schwartz.
Big save there. That was labeled.
Another one inside. Tipped in front by Valerio. That just goes wide. Bulldogs able to clear out into the neutral zone. Looks like they're just playing keep away and try to chase it right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't have minded Schwartz covering that puck because I think the Bulldogs would like to get a change. They just can't get out in time to get a full 5-man change. Nice stretch pass,
Gilligan
though.
stretches one for Gibson. Loses possession, tries to drop it down low for his brother. That gets taken away by Boudreau. Boudreau stretches one out, taken away by Gibson. Thomas drops it for Gibson on the far side half wall. Out to the blue line. Shot inside, kicked away by Lawson. Thomas with possession at the half wall, taken away by Redmond. To Valerio. Back to Redmond. Redmond forehand, backhand, stretches one out, and finally gets the goal.
Yep.
6-2.
Yeah, that's the one. He had a couple of chances at it. That one he makes no mistake. Keeps it simple. Forehand, backhand, just deposits it in the back of the net. And again, another situation where if you're the Bulldogs, just not the cleanest of plays at the Bulldog or Mustang blue line rather. Gets out the back door, and the last thing you want to see is a 2-on-0, one of whom is Ronan Redmond.
9:28 left to play. 6-2 Mustangs lead over the Bulldogs. Pass to Hireman. Hireman's got help inside. Out to Franz at the blue line. Franz looks to drop it down low. That's taken away by Richardson. Richardson to brother Dylan.
Good keep.
Colin inside. Shot, puck's loose. Hireman. Puck still loose as Richardson comes up with possession. Little back and forth inside. Schwartz comes up with it. Looks to play it to himself. That gets taken away down in the corner. Richardson back behind the net. Met by Schwartz. Richardson looks to stretch one out looking for Anderson. That gets taken away. Anderson sticks that in. Dahlstrom hand up looking like he wanted help.
Yeah, got to talk right now if you're the Bulldogs. There's also, I think, just, everybody knows there's got to be a sense of urgency now, but you've also just got to not abandon your position and make sure everybody's talking, you know where everybody is, and at least try to keep some structure to what you're doing.
Pownell turned the puck around in the neutral zone, resets up to Anderson on the far side. Anderson to the faceoff circle. He's going to take it back around, looking to wrap one. That doesn't make it there. Franz comes up with possession back behind the net. Franz looks to Hireman in the corner. Back to Franz. Franz turns it around through the middle. He gets that up to Carmack. Carmack, 3-on-2. Inside to Schwartz. Schwartz all alone. Backhands it. Not enough on it as Lawson's able to kick that one away.
Yeah,
Hireman with possession, top of the circle. Walks it through to the slot, taken away by Anderson through the middle.
Yeah, I was going to say the puck looked like it might have been on edge. Bounced a little bit there, but either way, just got it on the heel. Never got enough on it.
Here's Hireman all by himself. Toe tracks through the middle. Shot. That gets
I think a Mustang stick got it.
Yeah, looked like a little stick there by Bannon. Carmack takes that down into the far side corner. Plays it to Hireman back behind the net. Hireman goes near side. Nobody there. Looking to stretch one out for Pownell. And the Bulldogs force one down into the zone. That'll get whistled for the icing. 7-12. It'll go all the way back to the Bulldog zone.
Yeah, that's the best zone time and just, the best flurry of chances the Bulldogs have had in quite a while, probably since the middle of the second. So, just what the doctor ordered, but you got to find a way to find a goal. And they've had enough chances on the doorstep. They just haven't, early in the game even, they just haven't been able to put enough in the back of the net.
Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Gilligan gets that out to Lillian Hireman, plays it back to Gilligan. Back to Hireman. She pushes that one down for Gilligan again. Gilligan press behind the net, look to center one up. That just gets kicked out into the neutral zone. Redmond, he's got help inside with Sirwatka. Chips one for Sirwatka. Sirwatka shoots and scores 7-2.
Yeah, at this point, that's just keeping it simple, really. They just put a puck down deep, get a tip there on net, and makes it 7-2. And for the Bulldogs, it's getting late early here, 6:30 and counting. It's actually running clock now. So, and again, not to say the outcome would be different, but the Bulldogs are missing their leading scorer in Ryland Turner. So, he would at least matter for, I would say, a couple of goals here. But, yeah. Unfortunate, but the Mustangs are going to feel pretty good about getting off the schneid, and the Bulldogs have to dig deep and find a few answers here headed into the week.
Puck down into the far side corner, a little back and forth there. Hireman tries to press it out, taken away by Boudreaux. Redmond through the neutral zone, 5:52 left to play. Redmond going to skate it backwards into the zone.
Oh, my goodness.
Redmond shoots and scores near side, and it looks like the clock going to keep running after that one as we go past 5:30.
Yeah, that was a little bit of the ice capades there. A little fancy skate, and then comes down and just rips one upper 90 just over the left shoulder of Schwartz there. Thought Schwartz had a pretty decent job there sealing that near post. Just, that's a tip your cap, a really good shot there, and that beat him clean.
Face off one forward by the Bulldogs, unable to get it into the zone as puck's taken away by Morrow. Richardson, far side to the face-off circle, sticked away by Brody Childs. Childs plays it up looking for Thomas. Thomas able to clear it out in the zone, concedes possession to Richardson. Puck through
Good
the
read.
middle, taken away by Thomas, just can't get enough stick on it to do anything with it. Into the zone, Valerio, he rips a shot that goes up over the top of the net. Puck kept in by Richardson and the far side corner. Through the middle. Backside, Duncan. Kept in at the blue line by Richardson again, just out of the reach of Franz. Valerio back behind the net with Child. Down into the far side corner. Valerio comes up with possession, tries to take a shot, that's knocked away. And the Mustangs take it out into the neutral zone, try to reset as the clock rolls past 4:15. Gibson plays the puck down low. Puck taken away by Richardson. Gibson steps in. He keeps the puck down low in the zone. Shot that goes wide to the far side. Richardson through the middle, beats the other Gibson up to Morrow. Morrow through the neutral zone. Little back and forth there through the slot. Richter gets that out to Gibson, far side. Gibson to the faceoff circle. Backhand through the slot. Tries to backhand one in. That's kicked away. Another attempted shot there by Gibson. Catches a stick to the back of the neck there as he tries to get a shot off.
I was going to say a little bit of a cross check there. Surprised the arm didn't go up. I mean, not egregious, but such that I think you could call it in a league where,
back behind
not
the
much
net,
hitting.
Dahlstrom gets that sticked away. Gibson inside. He backhands it again. Puck still loose down through the center. Mustangs able to clear. Valerio stretched out a little bit there. He's all by himself. That's kicked away by Schwartz.
Ooh.
Dangerous down low. Nobody does anything with it. Mustangs able to get off another shot. Schwartz finally covers it up.
Yeah, you don't want to, if the puck ends up on your blade in the defensive zone there right in front of your own net, you don't want to take too much time. Just put it to the wall or the corner or up and out. Just a little bit of I'm not sure that Dahlstrom knew that he was there until the last second, and by then it was too late. But good job, Johnny on the spot. Schwartz there covers, survives that one.
2:35 left, run clock. Face-off won by the Bulldogs. Carmack centers that one up. Going to be a bit of a race to it. Looks like the Mustangs win that one down into the near side corner. Hireman on the backhand. He shoots and gets that through. Carter Hireman, 5-hole.
Yeah, nice job. Carter Hireman's come to play tonight. He's been on it from the opening draw. And another nifty move there and just squeaks one through the 5-hole. So 8-3. Stranger things have happened, but with a run clock, I'm doubtful that we're going to get all the way there.
Clock rolls past 2 minutes as we have the neutral zone face-off. Won again by the Bulldogs. Here comes Carmack. Oh, a little late on the whistle there, halfway through the zone as the clock rolls past 1:45.
Yeah, that was a pretty late whistle. I think I said this the other week when there were some late whistles, but I was already in the car heading home when that whistle blew. That was late.
Back and forth, puck comes all the way down. Lawson will go ahead and cover that up as he saw Hireman coming down. Clocks gets the whistle, clock at 1:20.
The Bulldogs are asking them to hurry up and drop the puck, and the Mustangs are casually getting out there.
Making the change there.
Yeah, they're not in any hurry.
Nathan Pownell tonight, we'll give him the star of the game. Hat trick tonight for the Mustangs. Inside shot, puck's loose. Hireman with another attempt.
Yeah, Pownell, I think that's you'll take that. That's a good night at the office. A Hattie. Pretty solid, especially when the game was still in doubt. He did his damage.
Shot, big save by Lawson. Hireman inside looking for his third.
Yeah, there's another Hattie on Hattie watch going on there, and Lawson up to the challenge. You won't see Hireman miss many of those, and I wouldn't say even missed it. He got a good shot of it. It just Lawson was up to the challenge.
Pownell pretty quiet in the game too. You really wouldn't even have noticed. But, finds himself in the right position. Very smart, cerebral player. Dangerous inside. That finds its way in. 19 seconds left. We clear the 5-point differential.
Yeah.
And it's 8-4.
Yeah, there you go. So I think Swartz got a shot that didn't hit off of, I think, Dahlstrand. So I would think Dahlstrand's going to get credit for it. Schwartz shot it, hit Dahlstrand, went in. So I think it's Dahlstrand. It might even be Hireman, might even get a secondary, but Dahlstrand, back from injury, gets a goal there.
And here come the Bulldogs again. 15 seconds left to go. Hireman tries center one. Pass down low looking for Swartz. Puck goes down into the corner. Carmack comes up with possession.
Here we go.
Centers it up, looking inside. Backhand off the stick, up over the glass. And that's going to be it.
Yeah.
A lot of stop it calls for the clock there.
Yeah.
Point some seconds left, but that's how we're going to end one. A flurry at the end for the Bulldogs. If we get 60 minutes like that, it's or 45 minutes, it's a different game.
Yeah, it's just that little bit, like we said, late second, early third. The Bulldogs just had a lot of loose clears, really couldn't get pucks out, and it came back to bite them. And, just a couple of unfortunate bounces, too, because they had a lot of chances they didn't bury early. Got a few to go there, but yeah, I still like their chances to keep climbing, especially when Ryland Turner's back.
Missing some pieces.
Yep.
Those come back. They have a couple of games to try to dig themselves out of the basement before the playoffs start. But really a good look. Let's work on the clearing. Let's work on getting the puck out of the zone. Most importantly, give your goalie a chance. And, I think, again, good look. And a great start or a great way to rebound for the Mustangs coming off the 6-game losing
Yeah, the
streak.
Mustangs especially, this was a tight game. It was 2-1. It was 2-2 midway through the second, right? So, at that point it can go either way, obviously. And the Mustangs could have easily, when it became 2-2, caved in on their own, but they stuck with it, built themselves a lead, and, were able to battle back. And, the Bulldogs, like we said, a lot to the good, cleaned some stuff up. And, hey, look, your power play was 1-for-1. It hasn't been great. And your power play was 1-for-1 without Ryland Turner. So I think you'll take that as well. So some things to build on.
All right, game 1 down, game 2 upcoming after the ice cut. You're watching Friday Night Lights. We will be back shortly after this. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights. Our second matchup tonight has major implications near the top of the standings. Central Predators enter tonight 6-2, 1-1, currently sitting second in the lead. The Northeastern Natterjacks currently fourth at 4-1-1-3, and with a win tonight, Northeastern could move into third place. We'll take a look at this one and break this one down by the numbers. We've seen them play before. We've seen them live, man. This Central Predators team is an absolute beast. But I think the Natterjacks have something in them. Their goals against, great goaltender Vince Hancock on that side of the net. But, again, it leans heavy towards Central.
Yeah, it does. I mean, the one thing I would say, though, as we talked about in our last game, there's so much parity in this league, even though the records don't always show it. You know, this Central Predators team, just to give you guys an example, if you saw our first game, the Eastern Bulldogs beat this Central Predators team. So it just goes to show you that anything can happen. And so as much as it looks like it's tilted towards the Predators, the Natterjacks certainly can have their say in this one depending on, you know, how they get started here.
We'll go ahead and look at some of the players here. In net for Northeastern is going to be Vince Hancock, 4-0-0-3. Not faring well in the overtime shootout, but it's still points. Got a 5.43 goals against average.
Yeah, and I'm going to go out on a limb here. I haven't looked at all the goalie records, but I'm going to guess that he might be the only one that's undefeated.
Yeah, as far as regulation
right,
goes.
Yeah. Sorry, regulation, yeah.
All right, on the other side of the ice, we're looking at Pepe Blevins, 1-2-0-0, 6.33 goals against average. Again, he got a lot of help on that defensive side for the Predators.
Yeah, and I know this team, they got both Pepe Blevins and Caden Hawk, so they've got a pretty good goalie duo, which probably helps contribute to the fact that they're, you know, high up in the standings and where they sit currently.
We'll talk our players to watch here for the Natterjacks. You got to talk Jackson Ons. Ons is French for 11. He comes in 10 goals, 2 assists, looking for his 11th goal here, 12 points, 8 minutes in the box, though. But fantastic younger player coming up, sophomore, junior year type. But he's a leader on this team and does a lot of big things for them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he's pretty solid across the board, great player. And, you know, part of the QCR program here, so I've had a chance to see him play not only high school hockey, but also as part of the QCR AAA program as well.
Other side of the ice, let's talk Brody Leonard. Man, this team has some goal scorers. Brody Leonard's one of them, currently number 2 in goals, number 4 in points, tied for first in power play points. This kid's, he's an animal, 09, again, QCR program. This kid's he's a phenomenal player. Yeah,
I mean, we have a few of these guys we've talked about, right, with McAuliffe, with, you know, a few other guys, and Brody Leonard's right up there with him. I mean, he's the real deal, got all the tools, all the skills, and he's going to be great to watch. A lot of fun to watch both these clubs go after it.
Talk the away starting lineup. It's going to be Clevenger, Schooley, Ryab Shopka up front with Garrett Nice and Jackson Owens back on D.
Yeah, and, you know, I will say Ryab Shopka, seen him play when he was playing with the Royals as well. He's a pretty solid player as well, so that's a good front line that they've got putting out there for the Natterjacks.
On the other side of the ice for the Predators, it's going to be Avila, Leonard, and Foltz up front with Kylie Holdenrid and Max Aginski back on D for them. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say another solid starting 5. So again, like we said, right, it should be a great matchup.
We're going to get down to the calling of the starting lineups on the ice. We'll do the national anthem, and then we will get Game 2 underway here for Friday Night Lights. We'll be back right after this. ladies and gentlemen. Coach is going to have their final talks here with their players. Refs will check both sides, make sure we're all good to go, and we will get game 2 underway here. Face-off won by the Natterjacks. Owens plays that back to Nice on the near side. Nice by himself into the Pred zone, down low. A lot of room down in the center there. Predators try to clear it away. Puck goes deep down into the Predator zone. Aginski will look to reset. Puck to Avila at the near side half wall, met by Ryab Shopka. Taken away by Owens. Aginski gets a stick on that. He's able to clear that one out into the neutral zone. Natterjacks will look to reset. Leonard turns it around in the zone. That's sticked away. Look by Schooley. Schooley goes across to Owens. Owens inside. He goes over the top of the net.
Yeah, good early pressure here by the Natterjacks. They set up shop there in the Predator zone and did a nice job of creating that chance for Owens. Just missed high.
Natterjacks always in for a good game. Out of their 9 games on the season, 4 of them have gone to the shootout. 3-on-2, Preds looking to press here, coming down the other way. Leonard loses possession, going down the far side. He'll hold possession through the blue line. Quick shot inside, Hancock kicks that away.
Yeah, good early saves there by Hancock.
Puck through the neutral zone. Leonard to the face-off circle. That's sticked away, he'll reset down at the half wall. Leonard rips one in, that just goes wide, looking for Chula down low. Through the middle, puck sticked out into the neutral zone. Predators will look to reset. Fletcher just offside, gets the whistle. 12:54 left to play.
Yeah, that's definitely spotted offside. Looked like the ref was below the face-off circle when he called it, so I'll take his word for it.
Face-off coming in the neutral zone on the Natterjack side. Face-off one forward by the Predators. Fox tries to get a stick in on it. Natterjacks clear that out into the neutral zone. Little back and forth. Schooley coming down. Back and forth, and puck kept in at the blue line. Mans plays that down low, looking for Gross. Taken away by Fletcher back behind the net. One touched up to Petroniotis. Petroniotis through the center, takes a shot that's kicked away by Hancock.
Yeah, nice save there as well. A couple of great A's here early for the Predators.
Chula tries to play it down behind the net. He gets it inside to Petroniotis. Quick shot, and that's knocked away to the near side. Fox down in the near side corner. With possession inside, centering past Petroniotis, just goes off his stick. He's unable to get anything. Natterjacks with possession, looking through the middle. Just out of reach. Fletcher sends that one down just on the other side of the center line. That's whistled for icing. 11:41 left to play in the first.
Yeah, so far both these teams, I like what each one's doing. They're both establishing the zone and then going to work from there, which is a little different from our first game. See which team can crack the code on the other's goalie here to see if they can get the scoring started.
Face-off won by the Natterjacks. They'll take that down into the near side corner. Avila tries to clear that out. Little back and forth, and Kiger gets a stick on it. Puck out into the neutral zone. Lavic looks to clear. Natterjacks come back up with possession. Back behind their own net. Stretching it across, looking for Clevenger. Clevenger wins that race down into the near side corner. He's got puck back behind the net. Centers one up. Inside, looking for Brandon Yen. Puck out to the blue line. Played down low. for Gallimore. Gallimore inside, one touch, shoots and scores.
Great
Jacoby
job.
Clevenger.
Yeah, nice work down low there. When he got it, it was on his offside, so he just turned and looked, saw Clevenger, put it across to him, and Clevenger did just enough to poke that in. So, again, keeping it simple, really. Just finding a way there, getting pucks deep, and then digging it out and going to work. And great job, great read, good look. Clevenger pots that one.
Just past the 11-minute mark, Natterjacks lead early. Puck out to the blue line.
Nice save there by Blevins. Saw that one all the way with the glove out in front of him. Snared that, no problem.
Faceoff will come down in the Predator zone just to the right of Blevins. Faceoff won by the Predators. Back to Aginski back behind the net. He clears the zone. That's taken away by Once. Coming through the middle. Owens tries to clear it from his knees. Little back and forth inside between Petroniotis and Leonard down low there. That just goes to the far side corner. Natterjacks come up with possession.
Yeah, it's a scary combo if you're the Natterjacks. Petroniotis and Leonard, those guys can go to work quickly.
Nice job by Kylie Holdenrid there, keeping Nolan Schooley from doing anything. Petroniotis comes up 3-on-1, coming back the other direction. Centering pass, that's taken away by the Natterjacks.
Good look.
Nice stretch pass coming through the middle. Schooley just can't get enough on it. Down into the far side corner. Ryab Shopka tries to center one. That's taken away. Here comes Leonard again.
Great stick.
Big skate blade by Petroniotis, keeping from going offside there. Centering pass down low inside. Petroniotis has it. Shoots and scores. It's 1-1.
Like we said, those two go to work. You don't want to see that. Both of them are down low. You don't want to see that if you're the Natterjacks, I should say. Both of those guys get down low, go to work, and, it's pick your poison there with Petroniotis and Leonard. Either one of those guys more than capable of getting it done. And right there, I think Petroniotis cleaned up the loose change. And here we are, tied 1-1.
9:45 left to play in the first period. Right in front of the Natterjacks bench, little back and forth, little stick checking going on down at the blue line between Petroniotis and Fennel. Shot inside, save by Hancock. That'll get the whistle. 9:30 left to play.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one plays out. We only had, I think, 3 penalties called in the first game, so that's letting them play for sure. So we'll see if the same holds true here with these refs. I believe it's the same crew, actually, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Crew.
Yep.
Face-off won by the Predators. Shot by Fletcher. That just goes wide. Played down low for Chula in the near side corner. And Natterjacks come up with possession. Fennel has it down at the half wall. He plays that backhand. 2-on-1 for the Natterjacks. Coming with some speed. Nice pass inside. Shot just goes wide on the shot by Bennett Gross.
Yeah, everything but the goal there. Great job reading it off the wall in the D zone, breaking it out for the 2-on-1. Just couldn't quite finish on the other end.
Natterjacks pinch it in. Shot coming in. Blevins gets a stick on that, knocks that one down to the side.
Yeah, nice job of fighting that one off by Pepe there. Keeps that one out of harm's way.
Fletcher chips that to Petroniotis. Puck goes all the way down. Icing waved off.
Don't see that every day, but we play on.
Down at the half wall, Chula. He gets that taken away by Matthew Schuster. Petroniotis down in the corner. He looks to center one, has no help down there. Natterjacks come up with possession. Schuster tripped up, no hand up from any of the refs. Gets it down to Gross at the blue line. Gross will take that out into the neutral zone, reset things for the Natterjacks.
Yeah, I had to do that. It was going to be a delayed offsides, I believe, so Bennett just tried to reset, but Predators take that one away.
Taken back away by the Natterjacks. Here comes Schuster. He loses that race inside from Kiger. Kiger looked to send it around the backside of the net, winds up sending it off the side of the net. Now there's a battle back behind the net. Centering pass inside, unable to get any stick on it. Little back and forth. Got a hand up.
Yep, looks like, I'm not sure if it's a trip. Let's see what they called. Yeah, hook.
Looks like. All right, and with that, we will have our first power play of the game for the Natterjacks.
Yeah, they'd love to try to reestablish that lead if they can make this work.
Face off one by the Natterjacks. Inside, tipped in front, second shot attempt. Blevins able to cover that one up.
Yeah, nice job there by Pepe. Stayed quiet, didn't really flail around there. A couple of loose change rebounds. He just stayed closed up and was able to smother that one and get the whistle.
Natterjacks only 12% on the power play so far this season.
Yeah, that's a bit shocking.
Dead last.
Part of me thinks, and again, I don't have it in front of me, that maybe they haven't had a ton of power plays to work from. But with the kind of talent they've got on this club, I'm a little shocked that they're only 12%.
Back and forth. Puck net finally comes off the post. A lot of back and forth by Blevins there as he takes a barrage. Keeps the puck out of the net.
Yeah, nice job of shutting that down for Pepe. And Natterjacks will get an offensive zone draw here to see if they can't win one and reestablish.
So Natterjacks 3 for 25 on the power play so far.
Not what I would have thought. I thought you were going to tell me something like 3 for, or like 1 for 16. But 3 for 25 is 25's a lot of looks. So maybe they got goalied in some of those. Who knows? But
little back and forth through the neutral zone. Garrett Nice coming with some speed. He takes a shot that gets sticked up over the top of the net. Downside, Clevenger tries to drop one. That's taken away by Foltz. Foltz coming with speed, tries to play it to Shula. He just kicks it back to Foltz. Foltz at the faceoff circle. He takes a shot that goes wide. Out at the blue line. Holdenrid going to play that out into the neutral zone. She'll drop that down into the Natterjack zone. They'll look to reset. 55 seconds left on the power play. Aginski stretching one out, looking for Chula. Just over his stick. No icing again for the penalty kill.
Yeah, not a bad play there. Just go ahead and melt more time away if you're Aginski smart.
Here come the Natterjacks with some speed. Dropping it off for Nice. Nice turns it around at the top of the faceoff circle. He's got it on his backhand as he takes it back behind the net. Sends that out to the blue line. Dropped it down low, looking for Owens. Aginski does a nice job stepping up, takes that away, keeps possession down into the Natterjack zone. Shula sends a shot down. Hancock kicks that away to the far side. 10 seconds remaining in the power play. Here comes Nice. Quick shot. That's knocked down by Aginski. Aginski will come up with possession. He sends that all the way down, and Central will successfully kill. 3 for 26 for the Natterjacks.
Yeah, just a little bit, nothing. I mean, obviously set it up pretty well. They just didn't, everything was like a second or two later than you'd like it to be. Right reads, just didn't get the pass across when it needed to get there. And just from my observation, it certainly seemed like the Predators had more grade A's out of that power play. The power kill for the Predators rather than the Natterjacks had on their power play.
Little back and forth. Puck taken away by Aviles. He sends it out into the zone. Down into the near side corner. Schuster. Schuster keeps possession. Tries to toe drag through the middle. Taken away by Avila. He sends it around the backside. Unable to clear it. Kept in at the blue line. Played to Schuster. Far side corner. He drops that down low for Ryabshapka. Centering pass. Kicked in front by Ryabshapka.
That might have been the distinct kicking motion had it gone in. I'm not sure if the refs would have called it, but it certainly would look like it.
Scully will pull that one out into the neutral zone.
Pele would have been proud of that one.
Taken away by Fletcher coming down into the near side.
I think you have to be of a certain age to appreciate that joke, but I don't want to assume too much, Ted, but I think you and I get it.
I understood the joke immediately. There's a couple of single name, no last name stars out there from our generation. Shot on net. Hancock will go ahead, glove that one down for the save. 4:16 left to play in the first.
Yeah, 5-on-5, though, I will say, I mean, it's very crisp. Both teams are moving the puck. It just certainly seems like there's a little more flow to this game than we had in our last game. Not that we didn't have scoring plays and excitement in the last game. This one just seems a little more, probably a little more even, just based on what we talked about in the pregame. And, you know, both teams are ready to play tonight.
Northeastern trying to clear it out of the zone. They push it down into the Predator zone. Kiger trying to clear it out. Down into the near side corner at the Zamboni door. Predators come up with possession. Brody Leonard drops that off for Kyle Fox. Kyle Fox, top of the faceoff circle, kicked away by Hancock. Through the middle, Leonard, high slot. Drops that for Kiger. Again, kicked away by Hancock. Second shot comes in, that goes wide.
Yeah, Predators are starting to feel it now. They're definitely generating more on 5-on-5 and getting a few good looks here, at least in terms of shots.
Natterjack's coming down. Puck knocked away by Fox. Puts a shot on his own net. Mann plays that back behind the net. Puck taken away by Aiden Foltz. Out into the neutral zone. Natterjacks come up with possession. 2:55 left to play in the first. Kyle Fox steps up, takes the puck away in the neutral zone. He'll walk that into the high slot, loses it off the backhand. That'll go out into the neutral zone. Predators will reset. Played to Foltz. Foltz looks long through the center. That gets sticked all the way back into the Predator zone. Holdenrid come up with possession. Unable to clear the zone. Puck taken away by Nice, but again taken away by Aiden Foltz. Foltz to the center for Leonard. Leonard goes to rip a shot that's sticked away. Leonard takes the puck away again, coming with some speed. Dayton Deneen gets a stick on that. A little offside there on the Predators. 2:10, that'll get the whistle. Still tied at 1.
Yeah, another one. We had a couple in the first game, but it feels like there's another late-ish whistle for offsides. But don't see the Predators protesting too much, so I think they don't disagree with the call.
You look at the Central Predators roster, you've got names like Petroniotis and Brody Leonard, and these are big goal scorers and guys that we talk about regularly.
Yep.
You look up and down the roster of the Natterjacks team, it's just a roster of really, really solid players that just all produce small amounts together as a team.
Right, yeah, I was going to say, there's more than one way to get the result, right? So you're right. The Predators, they have, I don't want to call it top-heavy, but for lack of a better term, I'll call it that in terms of the guys that are producing on their side from a point standpoint. And you're right, with the Natterjacks, it's more spreading the love, if you will, across the lineup in terms of how they come up with their production.
With 1 minute and 58 seconds left, looked like Garrett Nice is going to get a holding call. Looked like he wanted a hook called for himself coming out of the corner there, but we'll see the Predators on their power play for the first time this game.
Yep, and the Predators are, they're not doing too shabby there from a power play standpoint. Yeah.
Normally you'll call a 1-for-4 successful on the power play, and these guys are doubling that every time. There's a shot inside, kicked away by Hancock.
I think the Philadelphia Flyers would take 1-for-4.
I think they would take a goal at this point.
If there are any Flyers fans at home.
Shot inside, Hancock able to cover that one up. Again, gets the whistle. 1:30 left to play in the first.
Coach Pop standing nearby. That joke was for him, but I'm not sure he heard it. Yeah, I mean, you look at it right now, though. You got Brody Leonard manning one of the points. Petroniotis down low taking this draw. Another quick hitter there. I mean, again, like we talked about, right? They've got the weapons for sure, the Predators.
Yeah, that whole line is great right there. Leonard, Aginski, Petroniotis, Fox, Foltz. I mean, the names don't stop with a club like this, and there's no question on why they are a 1-for-2, every two power play team.
Yep. And the one thing I like about them from what we've seen them before, like if everybody knows their role, right? Like Fox gets net front as you see him right now. He works down low while the Petroniotis and Leonard go to work, and there's Fox wrapping at it.
Couple shots inside there. Looked like the Predators wanted a call there as Owens gives Petroniotis a little shove trying to walk through the middle there.
Yeah.
Again, we've said it is a no-check league, not a no-contact league.
Right, yeah. Exactly. And, 5-on-3s are hard to come by, so we'll stay 5-on-4 for the moment.
Face off to the right of Hancock, one back by the Predators. Leonard plays that across to Aginski. Aginski looked down low for Foltz. Foltz will play that back out to the blue line. Leonard to Aginski at the half wall. Aginski turns it around, going down into the corner. Met by Schooley. Schooley able to get the puck out of the zone. Predators keep possession.
Oh, I did think they did get a call behind the play. It looked like there could have been a hold on the far wall there. I think they might have got it. Or no, maybe they got the Predators for this one.
Aginski lining himself up. Looks like he wants to argue it a little bit.
I didn't see that one. I thought Aginski thought he might have been held on the half wall at the other end, but I didn't see what happened there on the back end. A little water ski we're hearing. It might have been a hook there. Oh, wait a minute. No, it is. So it is a 5-on-3. Yellow, purple, you'd think that'd be hard to mix up, but in any event, they're getting it right now.
Can't see who that is going into the box there. And it looks like that's going to be Matt Schuster. And it will be a 5-on-3 power play for 33 seconds. Predators with possession. Leonard at the blue line. Back to Aginski. Aginski to Fultz. Centers one up. Inside shot. Petroniotis shoots and scores.
Yeah, the one team I would say, if you're looking at maybe other than Catholic, that you don't want to have a 5-on-3, have to kill off a 5-on-3, it would be the Predators. And just, I mean, again, all that space and that skill. Bang, bang play. And, the good news, though, out of all this, if you're the Natterjacks is, okay, it's 2-1, right? We're going to go to a 5-on-4 now. Kill that, try to get out of here with that, only down 1, getting into the second period and build a game from there.
Face-off won by the Predators. Puck to Leonard. Leonard through the high slot. He tries to take a big shot there. That gets knocked down. Aginski tried to keep it in the zone. 5 seconds left in the period. And that looks like how we're going to end it. 1:29 left on the second power play for the Predators. It's 2-1 after 1.
Yeah, I feel like, again, it's a big kill coming up here for the Natterjacks if they can finish this one off and then, try to go get a goal of their own here. And hopefully, again, you never know, but you would think they're likely going to get a power play, although they've had one already and didn't do much with it. So we'll see.
All right, first period down. Coaches will talk on the benches, and we'll be back right after this. You're watching Friday Night Lights. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back and puck is down. Period 2 underway. Again, Central still on the power play for another minute and 20 seconds. Puck to Aginski. Aginski looks up to Shula. And the Natterjacks able to at least clear it out of the zone, albeit not deep, and the Preds will reset.
Yeah, that's the one thing we didn't see here in our first game, right? Is like the Bulldogs had a few chances to clear, and they tried to keep going up the near wall instead of going cross ice and getting it out. Smart play there to try to melt away some clock here by the Natterjacks.
50 seconds left in the power play. Aginski turns it around, looking to reset. Gets it up to Petroniotis. Petroniotis stops on a dime, turns it around. Preds will push down into the zone. Toe drag through the middle. Follow-up attempt by Chula doesn't get enough on it, and the Natterjacks able to clear. 30 seconds left on the power play. Puck kept in the zone by Garrett Nice. Quick shot that goes up over the top of the net.
Good read there. Nice job by Nice to break in all alone. Just shot it high over the bar.
Here come the Predators. 8 seconds left. Crossing pass inside. Hancock swallows that one up. Beautiful save there. 13:35 left to play in the second.
Yeah, nice read by Hancock because, coming down the near wall could have been a shot. Instead, it's the pass. Good read by him. Gets across and is able to melt that one down. So fought it off a little bit, but was able to cover and get the whistle.
Had the pleasure of calling many games for Garrett Nice as a apparent inside shot. Kept in. Hancock backsided, and there's the whistle. Dangerous pass through the middle there. Avila looked like he wanted a piece of it.
Yeah, mark that one down because that is a great job of coming up with a couple of saves there, really. One's on the initial chance and then the rebound after that. So Hancock up to the challenge. Mark it down because if they were able to win this game, the Natterjacks, that's a big one.
As I was saying, through the Queen City Royals organization, I've had the opportunity, the pleasure to call a handful of games with Garrett Nice on the team, and I always struggle to find another adjective to describe him other than nice because it becomes redundant through the game.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things that just kind of rolls off the tongue, right?
Fletcher inside, he takes a shot that goes across the crease, kept in the zone by the Predators. Jacoby Clevenger stretches it out, looking for Legault, just out of reach. That'll get the ice and come all the way back down. 12:59 left to play in the second.
We can work to get our Roger's Thesaurus up here if we need it. We can work that in, since we're going with the old school jokes.
You look at the Predators, especially in the second period, the goal differential, putting up 33, giving up 15. They seem to be a second period team throughout the season.
Yeah, I'll say, when you're more than doubling the production of your opponents in the second period, that definitely indicates that you guys are, right on cue.
There it is. Shoots and scores. It is 3-1.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at that. I'm not sure if it was a set play off the draw, but Petra Niotis wasted no time in firing that puck. And honestly, Hancock, it beat him 5-hole, but hard to just rock and fire. Just kind of, it was a bit of a tie-up, and he just grabbed it and then a little fadeaway, put it on net. And I don't think Hancock was expecting him to shoot it from there.
Face-off won by the Predators. Natterjacks look to clear it out. They'll get that out into the neutral zone. Little race for it by Bennett Gross. Just loses out on that.
Yeah, thought he had a step there for a second. Just couldn't split the gap and get home.
And here come the Predators again. Nice stick there by, can't tell if that was Schuster. 2-on-1 coming the other way. 3-on-1. Centering pass, just out of reach. Clevenger tries to find him coming across. Schuster, top of the circle, passes. Shot goes wide.
I think that might have been Gross there on the wing. Ripped that one.
Schuster through the slot, looks to take a shot. Blevins gets a leg pad on it.
Good job by Pepe there of staying tight and was able to keep that pad down and kept it out.
Puck goes down into the corner. Fletcher comes up with it. Down into the far side corner now. Fletcher races, comes up with possession back behind the net. He's able to get that up to Chula. Chula sends it across to the other side. Natterjacks look to reset. Tristan Fennell sends it long for Schuster. Schuster through the high slot. He'll take it down to the left face-off circle. Knocked down in front. Schuster comes back up with it, taken away by Petroniotis. 3-on-1. Aginski outside. Aginski shoots.
Wow.
Top cheddar. Shoots and scores Max Aginski.
Yeah, and it's the little things, right? So at the other end, Schuster has it, kind of curls around, tried to get the shot through. There were a couple of Predators in the lane. They end up getting a piece of it and then able to counter quickly back the other way. That's one, if you're able to put that one deep and then reset on the cycle game down there, if you're the Natterjacks, you probably have a chance to generate a chance. But as we talked about, right, the Predators' second period's their period. It has been all year. What do we have, 2 goals already in this one?
Natterjacks trying to make some movement, kicked away by Blevins. Natterjacks just lose possession.
Yeah, I think that's going to be interference on Fox there. Yep. Smart play, just got a piece of him coming through, and the puck was in the vicinity, so.
All right, 10:47. That'll put the Natterjacks back on the power play, and hopefully they can help that average out a little bit.
Yeah, I was going to say, this would be a good time to do it. Down 4-1 here, basically getting almost doubled up on shots, or they are getting doubled up on shots. Need to find something to the good here to get you going. So a power play go a long way, cut the lead in half, and then try to go to work from there. So we'll see what they got in store for us here. Face-off win, that's a good start.
Shot in, saved by Blevins. Second shot, didn't look like that one made it all the way down.
Yeah, Schooley with a couple of rips there at it. Shot it and got his own rebound and shot it again. Couldn't get it. The second one never got to Blevins.
Hancock tries to clear it out to the side. Puck's taken away by Petroniotis. Brings it all the way back into his own zone. The Predators trying to make moves down there and look to set something up for themselves. Here comes Foltz.
Oh, wow. Nifty move there.
Foltz through the middle. He gets that taken away by Owens back in the far side corner. Owens plays it to Nice, near side. Nice coming with speed. He shoots. That's knocked away by Blevins. Up over the glass into the netting. That'll get the whistle. 9:52 left to play in the second.
Yeah, I got a good save there with the blocker by Pepe. And, yeah, this is starting to feel a little bit like what we saw with Eastern in the first game, where we've got a chance. You know, the Natterjacks haven't lost touch with, the Natterjacks haven't lost touch with the game completely, but they're forcing a little bit, just not able to set some things up, some loose clears or some softer clears. Just need to stick with it here. And, again, try to bury on the power play and see if you can build a game from there.
Feels like this is almost a sort of a redemption game for the Predators. Again, having only won by 1 against UC East in the last game they played, and the game before that they lose to the Bulldogs, and just really having a hey, who are we moment.
Yeah, I mean, because when you look at it, to your point, Ted, when you look at it like from a goal production standpoint, those are 2 of their lowest outputs of the year in terms of goals scored. So, already in this one, against the Bulldogs, they only scored 4 for the game. They've got 4 already in this one.
23 seconds left on the Natterjacks penalty or power play. Trying to make a last move here. Ryab Shopka. He centers that one up. He's got Connolly. Shot. Kicked away by Blevins.
Yeah, another good save by Blevins. Again, it's making saves and just keeping pucks out of there. Sometimes your best penalty killer needs to be your goalie, and in this case, Blevins is up to the challenge. Penalty killed.
Gets that taken away by Fox coming out of the box. Centering pass coming through the middle. Ryab Shopka all by himself. He's got McCrodin to beat.
Ryab
Shopka shoots and scores, glove side.
Yeah, Vova can shoot it, and he ripped one there. He's got a shot. He's played some D, played some forward, but nice move there. Is able to go back across the green to beat Blevins there, and it's 4-2. So just what the doctor ordered, I'd say, if you're the Natterjacks.
8:25 left to play. It's 4-2. Predators lead. Natterjacks trying to recover something here.
Good save there by Blevins after the goal that he just allowed. Nice job of staying put and reading the play. Gloves that one and takes the whistle.
Face-off coming down in the Predator zone, just to the right of Blevins.
Oh, good stick play, because otherwise that's out the back door and off to the races for the Predators.
Laid down into the near side corner. Petroniotis comes up with possession. He knocks that around to the far side. Clevenger takes it at the half wall. Clevenger centers one up. Shot lane wide open, just doesn't get enough stick on it. Predators will come out with speed. Here comes Petroniotis. He's got help inside. Quick shot inside.
Oh, wow.
Big first save by Hancock. Second one finds its way in.
Yeah, is Hancock all right there? I'm not sure what happened there. He tried to lunge back to get the rebound. Quick shot from Petroniotis. Yeah, and that's one where looking at the replay there, Hancock looks like he's all right, which is good to see. He kind of tried to get back to his skates and lunge back across, and he stayed down for an extra second there. But, you know, that's one where once it gets out the back door and beats the other man just inside the blue line, it's basically a 2-on-0 at that point. And Hancock has to pick his poison. Got a piece of the first one, but needs a teammate to show up and help clean up that rebound.
5-2, Predators lead. Again, a lot of points in the second here for these guys. Chula has it back behind the net. He plays that out for Petroniotis at the half wall. Taken away by the Natterjacks. Petroniotis keeps that in, though. They'll lock that up at the half wall with his skate. Just kill some time. Natterjacks come up with possession. Double click on the stick from Petroniotis. Gets that away. Nice comes up with possession. Chula keeps that in at the half wall. Little back and forth there. Coming across the Predators bench. Natterjacks able to clear the zone. 2-on-1. Gross beats the defender. Centering pass across the middle. Not
like
enough stick from Gallimore.
Pepe does a little housekeeping there. Puts it back on the pegs there, so no stoppage.
Doesn't want to ruin the momentum for his boys. Back behind the net. Centering pass from Petroniotis. No one there to collect. Quick shot inside. Shoots and scores. 6-2.
Not sure. Hancock's looking around like he thought there might have been interference. He's looking at the ref. Let me see this again. I'm not really sure why. Well, yeah, there's not enough there. I think 15 vacates and gets out of there. He was there initially, but then he got out of there. So I didn't see anything there that rose to the occasion of goalie interference. But I think Hancock and some of the Natterjacks were looking at the refs thinking there might have been a call. But no such luck, and it's 6-2 here.
Face-off won by the Natterjacks. They'll take it down into the zone, looking for another opportunity. Centering pass across the middle. Just goes wide to the backside.
Yeah, I got a piece of the outside of the post there, I think, on the way by.
Puck tied up out at the blue line. Natterjacks keep it in the zone. Predators able to clear it. Natterjacks will look to reset. 6:10 left to play in the second.
Oh, nice job by Rob Shopka there, playing that one down.
Inside, outside, and gloved down by Blevins makes the save.
Yeah, he made that look routine. That was a tougher save than he made it look for sure. Nice job there by Blevins. As you see, Rob Shopka makes the play, lays it off, quick shot coming. Glove out in front of him, squeezes it, no problem.
Shot from the blue line. Blevins able to kick that one out to the side. Puck goes out into the neutral zone. Ryab Shopka sends it through the middle. Two guys could have had a perfect pass right there. Neither one of them decide which one gets it.
And instead it almost ends up, now here we go. Predators back down low. Good job there.
Holdenrid looking for her first on the season. Had it teed up in there. Just took a little too much time before it was taken away.
Yeah, if Denon doesn't get a piece of that, that's going to be labeled. Not saying it would have scored, but it was definitely going to be a grade A.
Hancock 100% committed to that one as well as he was diving out to close the gap. Puck through the neutral zone. Schooley tries to play it down
I think
low.
We're going to have a hook here on the Predators, I think. So another power play for the Natterjacks.
And looks like it's going to be John Lovich with the hook. And with 5:07 left to play, Natterjacks back on the power play.
Hey, I guess you'll take it if you're them, but you need to make hay. That's for sure. You got to get one here, and and then a few more, quite honestly, because first things first, though, 6-3 if you can get it.
Shot goes over the top of the net. Natterjack's looking to set things up here. Pass to Nice. Nice plays it down low into the near side corner. Back out to Nice at the half wall. Goes out to Schuster. Schuster drops it down low. Back to Schuster. Quick shot inside. Big save and shoots and scores. And it is 6-3.
That was, I think exactly what you want to see from your power play, right? Structurally, you moved it around, found the soft spots, and you're able to get a shot on net. You got a man on the bumper there, cashes in the rebound, and bang, bang, just like that, 6-3. So, to me, that's exactly what the power play should look like. Nice job by Schuster there, creeping down low to make himself available to get the shot off. And, again, the man there in the bumper spot's able to cash in that rebound. So, quality job there. I think that's exactly the way Coach CJ would have drawn it up, and the boys cash in. That did not look like a 3 for 26 power play. That looked like a power play that would be quite productive during the course of the year.
4:30 left to play. Puck out into the Natterjack zone. Fox looked like he wanted to make a run. That's taken away by Owens. Owens going to take it down the far side wall. Taken away by Leonard through the middle. Aginski looks to play it up to Leonard. Taken away as Clevenger has it. Clevenger, he takes a shot that goes up over the top of the net.
Yeah, I think the Predators wanted an interference call there. I thought Fox might have been interfered with coming down trying to get to that puck, but no
Owens
call.
at the blue line. He takes a shot. Glove down by Blevins. 3:59 left to play.
Yeah, so as you might expect there with the power play, the shots are starting to even up a bit. Predators still in the lead by 5, but yeah, there's that power play again. Just exactly what you want to see. And again, credit to Schuster for creeping in to get that shot off and then cashing in that rebound there.
Goals in the second period, 4-2 in favor of the Predators. If they're nothing else, they're consistent.
Yeah, which is pretty close, right? I mean, we talked about it. Coming into this game, 33-15, they'd outscored their opponents, and 4-2's just about on that same percentage.
Puck dropped down into the Predators zone. Ryab Shopka, far side corner, plays it behind his back. He'll keep possession back behind the net. Little back and forth, met by Aginski down in the near side corner. Aginski going to lean in. Puck comes out centered. Shot. Blevins knocks that down. Natterjacks keep possession. Down low from Mann.
Oh, they're saying the goal's in. Or are they? He pointed at the net. Let's see. I'm not sure what the ref's signaling. I thought at first he was signaling the net was off.
Net is off,
okay.
I think, is what we was pointing at. Little confusing
because
there.
he waved it off and then pointed.
And then points at it.
So I'm not an expert on official or referee mechanics, but I don't think waving it off and then pointing would have been the exact call I would have made.
When the play comes down on the scoreboard side end, great view from up in the tower, but looking the other way. Big stick by Hancock there. Goes right off the butt end.
Yeah, literally off the knob of the stick there.
But that puck goes down to the opposite end with the netting and everything in the way. It's a little difficult to make out calls and plays.
I did not bring my binoculars tonight.
Little reset through the Pred zone. Here they come with some speed. Big stick there by Gallimore of the Natterjacks. Natterjacks will reset in the neutral zone.
Natterjacks are starting to find their game a little bit here. You know what? The power play gave them a little juice. So, again, 6-3, still a ways to go, but they're starting to find some things here. It looks like they're getting to their game a lot more than they were earlier.
Puck out into the neutral zone. Garrett Nice will come up with possession. He'll chip that back looking for Owens. Owens plays it up to Schooley. Schooley near side. He rips a shot that's saved by Blevins. That goes up over the glass.
That may got a piece of the shaft of the stick, if not the knob of Blevins as well. So Pepe says, Hancock, you can do anything you can do. I can do the same or maybe better. So gets a piece of that. So a little goalie duel there.
The goalie position in hockey is definitely a community.
And it is not for the faint of heart. I've my son played goalie in soccer one weekend, and I barely survived it. So shout out to all those goalie parents out there. I don't know how you do it.
Puck taken away by the Preds, coming down. Little toe drag attempt there by Chula through the middle. Here all by himself. Back forth.
Oh, yeah, that's tough because Hancock is locked in. He's expecting Petrioniotis to shoot it, easy for me to say, and he double clutches and then just flips it back to his teammate. And at that point, Hancock's already committed to the shot. So unfortunate. But again, in Hancock's defense, you'd like one of your guys to back check and at least take the stick of that guy so he can't finish that play so cleanly.
Yeah, Petrioniotis coming off the bench on that one, just scoops it up at the blue line, coming through. All the momentum of the Natterjacks going the wrong way, nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and so many weapons like we talked about in the beginning. Just Predators, they just are at you in waves, and it feels like they can all come at you with a lot of speed. So it just no room for error, that's for sure.
Puck taken away by the Natterjacks. They're able to clear the zone. Predators will take possession back coming through the middle. Puck to Ellie Picard. Back to Chula. Chula to Picard across the middle. She doesn't get a stick on it. Shot attempt by Fletcher. Goes into the far side corner to Petrioniotis. Petrioniotis out to the half wall. Turns it around. Backhand. Sticked away, but he keeps possession. Finally, Bennett Gross comes up with it. 3-on-2. Going back for the Natterjacks. Gross through the middle. Tripped up through the middle. Puck inside. Kicked away by Blevins. And that'll get the whistle.
Yeah, for a moment there, the way somebody for the Natterjacks put their stick in the air, I thought they might have scored, but no such luck. We'll see if the power play, though, can go back to work. They looked great on the last one. Didn't take them very long, but, yeah, this is a big one. It's 7-3. You'd rather it be, 38.2 seconds. Honestly, it'd be great if they could get it if you're them before you even get to the third, them being the Natterjacks, but we'll see. Big draw here. You need to win the face-off and then set it up.
Face-off drop just to the left of Blevins. Predators come up with possession. They'll play it high off the glass. Kept in at the blue line by Nice, but taken away by Foltz. Foltz with possession. He shoots. Looked like that got a piece of the crossbar going across.
Yeah, it did. I mean, again, he had one man to beat, was able to sidestep a stick check, and in all alone was Foltz. Just missed.
Schuster toe drags through the middle, down to the far side corner. Plays it out to the blue line. Quick shot in by Owens. That goes over the top of the net. Gross has possession in the near side corner. Quick shot. That goes wide. Schuster back behind the net. Inside. Look for Gallimore. Took a shot. Sound like maybe a net off call was going.
Yeah.
There was a whistle right at the buzzer, but that's how we'll end it after two. It's 7-3. Central Predators lead over the Natterjacks.
Yeah, I mean, the Predators did what they do, right? I mean, they got to it in the second period there and just really took off. And, the Natterjacks are within striking distance, but I would say you need to get one on this power play early in the third. And then, obviously, it's got to be much cleaner in the D zone, not let the Predators break out with any sort of odd man rush if you want to stay in this thing. But we'll see, like we said all night, high school hockey, anything can happen, right?
All right, well, 2 down, 1 left to go on the Friday night. You're watching Friday Night Lights. We'll be back right after this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, 7-3, Predators lead, third period underway. Northeastern still on the power play for another minute and 15 seconds.
Yeah, it's a power play of consequence, 7-3. They got to make something happen here early third.
Owens back behind the net. He gets that sticked away by Aginski. Aginski comes up with possession. Looks to slow play it down in the far side corner. He'll play that high off the glass out into the neutral zone. Garrett Nice will look to reset. 55 seconds left.
Yeah, this power play, they're just not setting it up as cleanly as they did on their last one, which, once they set it up, they were able to make something happen. This one, they're having trouble getting set up, and a lot of that's due to the Predators just reading the play well and challenging every puck.
Puck into the corner. Clevenger with possession. Tries to center one up. That's taken away by Aiden Foltz. Legault tried to turn that around through the middle. Foltz comes up with it. 2-on-1. Back across to Leonard. Leonard rips a shot, shoots, and scored. Talk to me, Shorty. 8-3.
Yeah, that's one that, I don't want to say dagger, but 8-3 early in the third, and now we are going to run clock. So that's a tough one there. We talked about the challenges for the Natterjacks power play, and that's Exhibit A right there. Just couldn't get set up, and then one little misplay at your own blue or at the offensive blue line, and it's out the back door. And 8-3. Here we are.
Puck taken away by the Predators. Leonard plays that down, comes back up, gets possession of it through the slot, shoots, and that goes wide. Here we go. The Natterjacks on the breakaway. Big save by Blevins. Second shot comes on. That's taken away by Foltz.
Yeah, Blevins waited him out, shut it down. Nice save there.
Here come the Natterjacks again. Blind pass across the middle. That'll find its way to Schooley. Schooley drops it down low for Schuster. Schuster looks to go back behind the net. Taken away by Foltz. Foltz gets that sticked away. Coming through the middle. Miles Mann. He plays that out to the blue line. Quick shot. That gets sticked away going down into the Pred zone. Ryab Shopka back behind the net. He's tripped up. No call.
Refs must have a dinner reservation. No whistle.
Schuster out to the blue line. Ryab Shopka. Quick shot. Gets it. Finds its way in the back of the net. Shoots and scores.
Yeah, good shot there.
It is
great
8-4.
Yeah, great placement there by Ryab Shopka. Just shoots that kind of low, just above the pad and under the blocker. So tough spot for a lot of goalies, and that one's able to squeak through. Yeah, here it is again. It might have clipped something on the way in. Couldn't quite tell. To the naked eye, I thought it might have got a piece of somebody or maybe another Predators player on the way in, but in any event, it had some steam on it. It was able to get through Blevins.
A lot of traffic there.
Yeah.
Tough one for Blevins to see.
Yep. I think he saw it at the last second. He reacted, but it was already, at his doorstep at that point.
Predators trying to answer back here. Shula drops it down. Wow. Shot by Petroniotis just goes wide.
I thought he was going to tuck that one just wide. Not sure if Natterjack's got a stick on it or not, but just missed.
Petroniotis off the glass high. He takes a shot in. Save.
Another good save there by Hancock.
Down low, centering pass looking for Fox. Shula drops it for Petroniotis. Shot inside. Hancock gets his leg pad on it. Shot by Fletcher. Wow. Fletcher finds it.
I'm not sure what that hit. That was weird. I think it took a ski ramp jump off of somebody's stick. I have to look at the replay and see, but comes back out to the top. Quick shot. Almost makes contact. I think there was a tip. Somebody got a piece of it. Hard to tell there, as we said earlier.
Fox was down low there, but he looked surprised with the puck going in the net. So it could have been a Natterjack tip.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who the Predators had just to the left of the net because he put his stick in the air when it went in. But not sure if that's because he got a piece of it or just reacting to the goal itself.
And here come the Predators again. Shula down into the far side corner. Centers one up. He has Fox.
As my mother-in-law says, a shot on goal is never a bad play, so worked out for the Predators on that one.
Natterjacks down in the zone. Owens plays it high.
I think that might have gone off the back of Blevins' mask. That was crazy. He shot it. It looks like, I think it went off the back of the mask. because there was no room there, and he shot it from a ridiculous angle.
Crazy angle.
He was almost below the goal line when he released the puck.
And clock stops again. We're back within 4 or within 5 here. And again, Predators looking to answer back. Nice. Looks to clear it out. That's taken away at the half wall. Legault. Puck kept in by Yen. Yen down to Legault. Centering pass. He's got Clevenger in the slot. Off the crossbar. Over the glass.
It's the heavy metal there. Another grade A high slot. Just misses. Gets top of the bar and out of the rink over the boards. So the Natterjacks are pushing here. 10:01 to go in the third. 9-5. They're not going away quietly, that's for sure.
Face off won by the Natterjack. Shot in from the blue line. That's just wide near side. Shot attempt by Mann there. Net comes off. Change of management at the rink. We might have skimped out on the posts for the goals. They seem to be coming off the...
Yeah, it certainly looks like it. They're not as sturdy as they once were.
Face-off won by the Natterjacks. 9:50 left to play. Kept in at the blue line. Played to Schuster. Schuster chips it down to himself at the half wall. Comes up with possession. Taken away by Aginski. Aginski and Schuster come down with it. Just holding on bodies down near side.
Oh.
Ryab Shopka trip, no hand.
Wow. That's a little shocking. As I said earlier, the refs must have a dinner reservation.
Pair of nines down in the corner. Mans and Holdenrid. Puck out to the blue line.
Oh, good keep. I thought it was going to go out.
Little fake around there. Schooley's got it. Forehand, backhand. Shoots. Holdenrid gets a stick on it. That one goes up over the glass. 9:10 left to play.
Well, this is twice now Ryab Shopka's been tripped. And I will say he was tripped in both occasions and no call. So a little frustrated there. Kept us cool, but don't blame him in the least. So maybe Coach CJ's told him to decline all penalties anyway, given, he doesn't want the power play on the ice tonight. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, but.
Face-off won by the Natterjacks again. Gross has it inside, shoots. Blevin swallows that one up for the save. 9:01 left to play.
Yeah, so as we said, Natterjacks keeping the pressure on here. Nice job by them. They've been able to sustain some zone time here and doing a good job at holding things at bay, at least for the moment, trying to make a run at this thing, but they're going to have to hurry under 10 now.
Face-off won by the Predators. Natterjacks come up with pressure. Big body stop by Kiger there coming through the middle. No call there. Avila
could have been interference.
Able to clear the zone. Schuster takes that away. Schuster plays it off the wall to himself. Avila comes up with it, though. Schuster showing some sense of urgency there.
Good read there by Schuster, chipping it up the wall to get it out.
Through the middle. Gross. Toe drag. Quick shot. Blevins covers that one for the whistle. 8:30 left to play.
Yeah, and Pepe and Bennett played on a team together 2 years ago now, 24-25. So teammates obviously saw Pepe saw a lot of Bennett's shot, and Bennett saw a lot of shooting on Pepe. So they know each other. Not to say there's a book on either one, but they know each other and where to shoot. And
quick shot in, a lot of traffic in front. Blevins gets a leg pad on that one. Puck back behind the net. Nice, just loses possession. Comes back up with it. Centers one up. Right at the feet of Legault, just didn't see it coming through. Nice, back behind the net. He's going to try to take it himself this time. Saved by Blevins. Puck out to the blue line.
Oh, missed.
Just missed on the angle there.
Good job by Owens to fight off at least one man and keep the puck.
Owens keeps possession through the middle. Got to stick to the face there as he was coming down near side. He keeps possession at the half wall, goes ahead, rips one in, blind. Blevins, nice leg pad on that.
Good
Puck
job.
Again kept in. There's a hand up. That's going to be the high stick on Owens. Shoots and scores!
Wow. So great job of finishing that on the delayed call. But, yeah, you're right. There was another penalty there that could have been called. But
Jackson owns, shoots and scores. That's 11 or owns for him on the season.
Yeah,
7:39. It is 9-6.
Yeah, it is. Don't call it a comeback, but it's trending that direction. Let's put it that way.
Here come the Natterjacks again with speed. Big save by Blevins.
Huge save. Shuts it down and then has Ryabchopka on the back end there for the rebound. If there was one, there wasn't. Gave it a little love tap there, did Ryabchopka, but no puck there, so cooler heads prevail.
Face-off won by the Natterjacks. Out to the blue line. Go ahead, take a shot in. That's kicked away by Blevins.
Might have been looking for a tip there. Had man
Turned
in the
around
vicinity.
by Ryabchopka. Shot inside. Blevins able to cover that one up.
Yeah, Ryabchopka's working from behind the net. They're doing a great job setting up some plays when he's not scoring himself. So this line's going to work. They've created a number of chances, and they may not be done yet.
Miles Mann took credit there for that one on the missed shot opportunity. Looked at Ryabchopka, tapped his chest to say, my bad on that one. Beautiful pass, though.
Yeah, as a good teammate will do. Nice, good on him to do that.
Nice sauce across the middle. Shot inside, knocked down by Blevins. Getting peppered here in the third.
Yeah, good blocker save there by Pepe.
Down low, Whit Fletcher with a big hit there to Schuster. Let it play on. Schuster back behind the net. He's going to look to try to Michigan one. That's knocked down by Joshua Folks.
We've had a couple of Michigans tried tonight. One in each game, or a couple in the first game.
Big stick there, back to Schuster. He tries to center one up, little back and forth through the middle. Folks come up with possession, gets it to Leonard. Leonard turns it around at the half wall. He goes across to Fletcher. Fletcher, top of the circle. He takes a shot. Ooh. Big first save.
It looks like he kept it out.
And he keeps it. Went off his chest, popped up. Really dangerous play there. But a nice job by Vince Hancock to stay poised when everything was going on there. A little chaos.
Yeah, I couldn't tell. It looked like it hit him, and it looked like the rebound initially was going to fall off just to his right, to Hancock's right, which there was a Predator player in the vicinity. Might have been able to tap that home, but he was Johnny on the spot, quickly covered that, didn't allow any chance there off that rebound.
6:20 left to play. Predators keep it in. 5-goal lead down to 3 now. Shot inside. That gets tipped wide to the far side.
Yeah, a couple of tips maybe on that one.
Quick shot. And where is the puck? Doesn't look like much celebrating. Looks like it's going to stay down there. We'll call that a save. Great job, Vince Hancock.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell, and Hancock looked like he might be frustrated at something, so I couldn't tell if it had gone in. The ref didn't give a signal, but he also was kind of looking around like he didn't know where the puck was. So after all of that, it's going to be a offensive zone draw for the Predators.
Face-off won by the Predators, taken away by Natterjacks. 3-on-2 coming. Quick shot in. Blevins, another great job sucking that one up. 5:54 left to play.
Yeah, I was going to say that's a big-time save because he didn't allow a rebound there because he had a couple of Natterjacks lurking, not the least of which was Legault, who was in the area.
5:54 left to play. Faceoff will come to the left of Blevins. Faceoff won by the Natterjacks. Gross plays that down low to Denis. Shot that goes far side down to Gallimore. Gallimore gets that taken away by Petroniotis. Petroniotis looks across to Chula, far side. Chula, big stick there by Owens as he knocks that back behind the net. Looks to play that up to Legault. Kept in at the blue line by Aginski. Nice with possession coming through the neutral zone. He'll keep it himself through the slot. Quick shot that goes off the skate of Holdenrid. Nice comes back up with possession down at the half wall. Out to the blue line. Chipped away by Petroniotis. Chula with help. He's got Petroniotis. Owens gets a stick on it, and he's able to knock that down back behind the net.
Good stick, because if he doesn't get a piece of that, that's going to be in all alone for Petroniotis.
5 minutes left to play. Sends it out to Gross on the near side. That just across the line. Offside. Legault doesn't like that call as he's going to argue it up with the stripes. 4:57 left to play in the matchup.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one because in our first game we had a situation where a guy was off by a similar margin and there was no whistle at all. So I don't blame him. A little bit of a late whistle, as we've had a couple of those tonight on the offsides, but
neutral zone face-off, one back by the Predators. Fletcher comes up with it. He'll slow things down in his own zone. Go ahead, skate it out. He's got help on the far side. He'll look to stretch that one. Finds Lavic down there. Puck goes back out into the neutral zone. Predators will look to reset. Fletcher through the middle. He'll send that one all the way down on net. That's kicked away by Hancock. 4:33 left to play. Far side corner. Lavic back behind the net. He goes down. Puck's taken away by Fennell. Little back and forth back behind the net. Centering pass, dangerous area. Out to the blue line, shot, that goes wide. Backhand attempt by Avila, doesn't get enough on it. Schuster back behind the net. He comes up with possession. Far side corner, tries to chip it out, looking for Clevenger. Yen comes through the middle, gets it to Clevenger. Clevenger through the slot, way offside. Looked like he was being held up there by Kiger to get back, but
yeah, I think that's what he's saying. He's protesting his case with the ref, but I don't think it's going to matter. He was definitely not allowed to tag up, let's put it that way.
3:57 left to play in the matchup. Kind of go time here for the Natterjacks. Get at least one, start swinging some momentum in their direction.
Yeah, I think they'd probably want to get at least one before they'd even think about pulling Hancock, but we'll keep an eye on things.
Through the middle, out to the far side. Pass inside, out to the blue line. Just unable to keep it. Puck taken away by Ellie Picard. Everybody running into each other through the middle. Avila's got it out at the blue line. He'll drop that down deep into the Natterjack zone as Connolly will go back to get possession. Connolly met by Picard.
Got to go here.
3:23 left to play. Long stretch pass that's taken away by Fletcher. Miscommunication there by the Natterjacks. Schuster comes up with possession. He gets that sticked away. Taken away. Puck goes out to Ryab Shopka at the blue line. Ellie Picard mixing it up down there in the neutral zone. Out to Ryab Shopka. Ryab Shopka drops it down low into the Predator zone. 2:55 left to play. Fletcher back behind the net. He swings that back looking for Foltz. Keeps it himself. Unable to clear the blue line there. Puck inside. And pushed down into the near side corner.
Hancock's looking at the bench. I don't think he's going anywhere just yet, but he is keeping an eye on things.
Mixing it up down low. Down in the middle. Fletcher goes ahead and he Tom Brady's that thing out of the rink. That'll get the whistle. 2:17 left to play.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. That's the textbook definition of a hand pass.
Fletcher going to go to the bench to ice the arm after that one.
I wonder if he could play quarterback. The New York Jets need one. They might want to sign him.
9-6. Central leads. 2:17 left to play. Faceoff will come with a lot of Natterjacks down in the zone as Hancock is out of the net. Puck kept in at the blue line by Garrett Nice. Down low. Inside. Shot goes. Tip. Still loose. Out to the far side half wall. Down to the corner. Schuster taken away by Petroniotis. Petroniotis takes the long shot. That goes wide. Icing. 1:59 left to play.
Piece of driftwood on the ice. Let's see, who is that? It's Schuster stick. So he can come back and grab that. Do it all over again here. I wasn't sure if they were going to pull Hancock, but under 2 minutes to play, why not? Down 3.
Face-off won by the Predators. Aginski tries to wrap it around. He's looking for Foltz. Foltz unable to clear that. Schuster takes it in. Shot inside. Goes off the skate of Gallimore. Aginski back behind the net. Plays it out to Foltz. Foltz going to rip one all the way down. That just goes wide of the net. Icing. 1:38 left to play.
So let's see here with the 6 attackers. Looks like they're going to keep what they got. Wasn't sure if they. Oh, here we go. Ryab Shaka is going to come back out. That's what I was wondering, if they might try to get him back out. Yeah, there you go.
Face-off won by the Predators. Aginski goes to send that one all the way around.
Owens tried to get there.
They're going to give the icing on that. Almost looked like he pulled up a little bit right at the blue line. I'm not saying whether or not he could have gotten there, but that'll get the icing, come all the way back down to the Predator zone. $1:30 left to go in the matchup.
Hey, it's a veteran play right there. Just kind of sold it a little bit, got the whistle. He'll take it.
Face-off one back by the Predators again. Aginski on the backhand looking for Leonard. Unable to clear. Schuster keeps that in at the half wall. Played down low. Gallimore goes to fight that down with Josh Foltz. Puck into the near side corner. Foltz kept in, but Foltz comes out with it. Little battle down at the blue line.
Okay, here we go.
4-on-1.
Oh.
Soft right idea from Ryab Shopka. A little soft inside. Off the pad, Blevins knocks that away. Out to Gallimore, centering pass to Schuster. Inside, outside, shot, and goes off the shoulder of Blevins.
Yep, nice job.
44 seconds left to play.
Nice job by Blevins there, getting out on top of the crease there. Blocker or shoulder, couldn't quite tell. We'll get a good look at it. No, we won't get a look at it because I'm screened out of it.
A lot of traffic down low, a lot of purple down there. 44 seconds left to play. Face-off one again by the Predators. Owens going to keep it in this time. Plays it off the board for Gallimore. Gallimore inside shot that just goes wide. Another attempt by Schuster. That doesn't make it to the front side. Back behind the net. 28 seconds left. Out to the blue line for Nice. Nice going to rip one in. That's kicked away to the side. Aginski and Gross down low. Schuster centers one up. Taken away. Down into the corner. Schuster digging for it. 9 seconds left to go. Petroniotis comes up with possession. 5 seconds left. He'll hold on to that, and it looks like that's how we're going to do this one today.
So a pretty good one, really, all things considered. I mean, got stretched out early by the Predators. Natterjacks fought back. They still won't be happy, don't get me wrong, with a 9-6 loss. But at the same time, could have been a lot worse. Could have gone away, and they fought back. And as a coach, I think that's what they're looking for. Guys fighting back, guys sticking with it. And the Predators, the beat rolls on, right? I mean, they are finding a way to keep winning some games and, back to their old tricks. A couple of games where they were only on 5 goals, and now they're back at that 9-goal spot.
All right. Well, a crazy week of high school hockey in Charlotte. Another great night, the potential for a comeback, a lot of work there by the Natterjacks, a little bit, again, another situation of too little too late to get back into the game, but a great night of hockey. Only a few weeks left of this before we are in the playoffs, and the playoff race is tightening. Tonight may have made some changes. On behalf of Brent Swartz, Bert Lawson, and our entire crew, I'm Ted France saying thank you for joining us. Remember, the only easy day was yesterday. Keep working hard, be safe, and we'll see you next time on the Friday Night Ice.